there's just so many moving pieces, and maybe I just need to get better. Promiscuous. I know. I'm being so bad today. And look, I'm putting on lotion right now. I'm getting all lotioned up for you guys. Come on now. I'm getting lotioned up for you guys on a Monday. The reason is because it's so hot. It's 100 degrees right now. It's like legit 80 degrees right now in Southern California, and it's just destroying my bedroom, and I'm underneath the hot lights. I didn't realize, and I know, come on. I know, let me have it. I know. It's -4 degrees where I trees are, I know. Come on. We have 1,114 followers. I think that's wrong. According to my Twitter, we have 1111. Whatever. I am burning alive. I'm burning with the fire and intensity of Super Bowl week. I feel like I'm the only guy talking about the Super Bowl. Why does no one care about the Super Bowl? Is everyone that soft? No, it seems like no one truly cares that the Super Bowl is this week, the biggest game of the year. Why people are writing it off for the lamest reasons. I heard on Good Morning Football today. I'm trying to do things differently for you guys. I'm trying to grow, trying to learn, trying to get better. So I was watching Good Morning Football today. Manti Te'o, fake girlfriend Manti Te'o, yes, that one, somehow is an analyst on Good Morning Football. What? Someone needs to get control of my Instagram so they could post on my story for me, because boy, do I not want to do it right now. But here we go. I see people all the time that are like, oh, I see you post on Instagram that you're live. I've just never clicked in yet. And I'm like, one day these people are going to click in and then see me in the middle of this mess and be like, why is he in a tank top? Why is he talking about the weather? Why? Remember last week we talked about roads? I've been, there we go. Music Lights, you're the man. Shout out to you. I have something I have to tell you guys that's so embarrassing, and I didn't realize I did it until I didn't remember it until it just popped up right here. Boom, we live. Boom, we live. I saw the movie Hamnet. Did I already tell you this story? I saw the movie Hamnet last week. I was so moved by the performance of the lead actress Jessie Buckley that I DM'd her on Instagram. And I realized it was actually a Jessie Buckley fan page. So yeah. Where am I? Where is it? So Vini's out here DMing fan pages of actresses. And I know you're like, brother, why are you DMing fan? When I'm truly moved by a performance, I like to make sure that I let the actor or actress know. Whatever your favorite celebrity is, or whoever it is, or I don't know about athletes, but celebrities in general, the more famous they are, I'm telling you, they check every DM, every request, every single DM that comes in. They at least glance through it. They at least slide through. So we'll clip that. They at least slide through all the DMs. Twitch.tv/take back with Zach. I need to get, dude. Yeah, I'm fine. Calling me, baby. Can't you see what I mean? Boom, we live. Today's going to be the sweat stream. Boy, I'm sweaty today. All the clips that I post from today are going to be like, bro is so sweaty. Why is bro so sweaty? Bro is so sweaty. Why is bro so sweaty? Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I'm posting right now. Posters. Why is no one talking about the Super Bowl? Today, on Good Morning Football, Manti Te'o, what, why? You know what I mean? Why? Why Manti Te'o? He's famous for being good for like a season at Notre Dame in college football. And like finishing second or third in the Heisman voting. Manti Te'o is on Good Morning Football for why? For who? Is there a big, the Hawaiians, the Polynesians, the LDS community is like, we need representation. Dude, speaking of representation, every single NFL head coach this year is white. Bro. There's not a single black head coach in the NFL. The closest thing we have is Mike McDaniel's dad is black, and Robert Saleh kind of looks black. But that's it. Everything else, white. I have no stance on it either way. I just think it's funny. No one cares about the Super Bowl. Everyone's telling me there's no storylines. There's nothing like really care about. Last year, what we had last year was like, oh, will the Chiefs three-peat? Patrick Mahomes, three-peat. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. Will he propose on the field? And then we had the Eagles, and they're like, Philadelphia, the Eagles. Jalen Hurts. Are they going to lose twice in a row to the Chiefs? And I'm sitting here like, bro, I don't need a storyline to get up for the Super Bowl because I'm a man, brother. Well, didn't mean to hit that. I don't understand this idea that you need storylines to get up for the biggest game of the year, huh? When I am ready for a football game, when I'm getting ready to lock in, I don't sit there and say, wait, pause, hold up, wait a minute, put your back into it. Come on, shawty, get your back into it. What song is that again? Come on, baby, get your back into it. Come on, shawty, won't you get up on it? Shake for me, girl. Come on, shorty, won't you get up on it? Come on, baby, won't you pop in, lock it? Here's another thing, fellas. If I say anything funny that makes you laugh out loud, if you go, haha, that was funny, clip it. I got to say what up, first of all, to the people in the chat. I got to say what up to Jen, to Music Lights. Unruly's in here. Oreo, my guy, is in here. XT1, the OGs, my guys. That right there, I think Slinger might be around. I think some other folks might be around. But that right there, that is the core. That is the crew. That is my loves. That is my friends. XD said if the Patriots win, Tom Brady will no longer have the title of having more Super Bowls than any franchise. That is very, very true. 10 stream streak for XD. Sue goes in the chat. This Super Bowl is for real fans. That's why not Taylor Swift fans and halftime show fans. The halftime show fans will show up. They just are not English speaking. Before we get into all of that, Sugo, straight up facts. I was all day watching just Super Bowl breakdowns, and we might watch some of them later. One of them was from Wesley Sherman. I watched the CBS guys. I kind of watched just all over the place. All week, I'm just consuming, what are people saying about the Super Bowl? Tell me. Come on, talk to me. Spoiler alert, I'm going against what everyone's thinking. I know, I'm crazy. I think the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. You heard it here first. Patriots 19, Seahawks 17. That is my official prediction for the Super Bowl. That's going to go up on TikTok Live. We're going to get a lot of people calling me an idiot, which I'm used to, which is totally fun and fine. Actually, that's how I prefer it. You know what I mean? Don't want people thinking I'm actually knowing what I'm talking about. You watch for entertainment. You don't watch for actual facts. Or if you're watching this show and you're like, I'm trying to get smarter at football, brother, the door is that way. This is not where you go to get smarter about football. This is where you go to have fun and get dumb. Them talking about no storylines, forgot Sam Darnold was traded by the Jets, Panthers, and given up on the Vikings. It's true, Oreo. It's very, very true. Sam Darnold's like the only storyline, but guess what's funny about the Sam Darnold storyline? Is every time I talk about the Sam Darnold storyline, the first place my head goes is to 9. I'm obsessed with J.J. McCarthy. This week is the J.J. McCarthy week. If you were sitting here and asking me, is there more pressure on Sam Darnold or more pressure on Drake May? The answer is C. J.J. McCarthy. There's more pressure on J.J. McCarthy than any quarterback in the Super Bowl, 100%. Brother. That is biased. You're literally, yeah. I'm so mad. The reason I'm on this, I'll get to it in just a moment. This show begins every single day the same way. Today is Monday, February 2nd. It is 2:12 p.m. Happy Monday to all the weenies out there. Today starts with the verse of the day, as always. Today's verse comes from Ephesians 2:10. For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do good things he planned for us long ago. Planned. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Well, okay. Created. Planned. Do you feel like you have a plan? Do you feel like there is I'm just getting weird notifications right now, sorry. Truly created anew in Christ so we can do good things he planned for us long ago. How often we feel helpless and we feel directionless and we feel like there's nothing going on and there's no point to what we're doing and we're just a cog in the system. Because this thing we built up around us, this world, this life, I hate to use this word, society, it often feels like we're just here to be a piece of a giant machine and there's no plan for us aside from being subservient and caring about a sports team and then having an opinion on who you vote for. Like, that's what feels like, oh, and then you can get married and have a kid. Like, it doesn't feel sometimes like there is any true plan for us directionally. And we often don't feel like we're much of anything of substance. I'm just letting you know right now, like, literally God has called us so many times his masterpiece. His final creation was man, was you, brother. It was you. It was your sister. It was your brother. It was everyone around you. So many plans, Jen. You just don't know when they're going to come. You don't know what is being planned behind the scenes, what has been planned for you behind the scenes, okay? Don't get discouraged. Be encouraged by the fact that you are a masterpiece. To continue with the football theme, today's movie of the day is The Longest Yard. Come on now. We're doing football all week because it is football's greatest week. Football's greatest week has to have this to have what am I talking about? I'm not even reading. I'm talking. This football week has to have all football movies. So, watching this, and then we got Invincible coming up, Vince Papali, and then probably Radio. Radio was the first movie I cried in. Clip this. The first movie I ever cried in was Radio. When they had my boy Cuba, is it Cuba or Cuba? When they had Cuba locked up in the equipment shed and they were throwing balls at my autistic brother, I'm like this. That's not cool. You know, at first in the beginning, it was kind of like, this is kind of weird that it is autistic. It's Cuba Gooding Jr. I know he's not IRL, even though we all are. It's a spectrum. When they were throwing balls at the woodshed and Radio was inside freaking out like that, I had a visceral reaction. I cried. I was so frustrated and mad at those guys to the point where, like, later in my life, I started serving with retarded men, kids, boys and girls with Down syndrome and other things, and made it a part of my life. One day when I make movies, there's going to be autistic people all over that thing. We're gonna have Down syndrome folks running amok in all of my movies, having a good time. That was a fun place to start. It was like a sentimental thing, and then I made it weird. But what's new? This year's Super Bowl is for true fans, through and through. I am excited for the Super Bowl halftime show because I think what's going to happen is we're going to have a lot of people coming in from Mexico and watching the Super Bowl because they want to watch Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. My favorite Latin country is the Dominican Republic. You will find out why one day. My favorite Latin American country is the DR, Dominican Republic. It's the best. They produce the best baseball players. And some mighty fine ladies. Imagine it's 28-24 and the Seahawks have the ball on the 1 yard line with little time. They run it with Kenneth Walker and he gets stopped. Then people ask, why don't you pass it when you have JSN? I've heard so many people say this and I want to know your thoughts if this happened. XD1. This is the one storyline that people keep creating. It's the Sam Darnold one, like having nobody cares about Sam Darnold. The other one is like, wow, the Patriots dynasty is already back. And the third one is like, well, remember when last time they played in the Super Bowl? Remember last time they played in the Super Bowl? And Richard Sherman is still upset about that. Hey, Richard Sherman, get over it, okay? Literally get over it. It's time to move on. Richard Sherman on his show 7 or 8 times, 6 or 7 times, was like, you know, and then we got this, and then we played them, and then we should have won the game, but that's a story for a different time. Like, the whole time, he just kept talking about that one play. If it does happen and we get to that situation, I'm going to go like this. Ooh, 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 mama. I'm going to say this. Oh, mama, I'm in fear for the life from the Lord. I'm on the Lord. Wow. This Super Bowl is for true fans because I think we're going to get a truly fantastic football game. We're going to get one of those games. What up, Brick? We're going to get one of those games where, if you guys cannot tell, the theme of today's show is Vini is off. Vini is being a weenie. Vini, his head, a million different places right now. So many different directions. I slept too good. There's a fine line between not getting enough sleep and sleeping too well. When you sleep too well, here we go. I went to bed at 8 p.m. last night. What? I know. For real. I went to bed at 8 p.m., kind of fell asleep at like 9, woke up today, 8 o'clock. I slept for 11 hours. It's too much sleep. I'm too well rested. My brain is moving too quickly. One reason that I fell into repetitive use of narcotics later in my life was because my brain is overactive. It's hyperactive. Vini be thinking. Not saying I'm smart. I'm just saying sometimes I think too much. And it's not even like I'm having deep existential thoughts about life or the pursuit of happiness. What I am having deep existential thoughts about is like the way the grass grows. That's crazy. Grass? Photosynthesis blows my mind. Every time I think about chloroplasts and thalakaloid discs within the chloroplast, I am blown away by photosynthesis. It is one of the most insane aspects of life. The fact that a plant is just like, I'm going to eat the sun today. What are you hungry for, bro? Sunshine. Sunshine, happiness. And I know a lot of people on the East Coast right now are like, brother, I am starving for sunshine. But you can also go throw a hot dog in the microwave. You could put a glizzy down the M and toss that down in your TT. Like, you could be rocking food. We have, our food comes in boxes. We got food that comes in a bag. Dude, do you guys know Sebastian Maniscalco? Remember when food used to always come in a box? Now it's coming in these plastic tray thingies. There's a little hole at the top to let out the steam. Why can't we just get it in a box? Why has everything got to be delivered? Why can't we go to the store anymore? It's photosynthesis is the most mind-blowing thing that we have on the planet. That gravity makes a lot more sense to me, okay? Gravity makes a ton more sense. Light, sunlight in particular, and then time. Time dilation, the of time. What am I saying? The physical properties of time are one of those mind-blowing things that we have, okay? We can do a whole 17,000 shows in a row on time. I could talk about time for a very, very, very long time. One of my favorite things about time actually has to do with light, because basically what we see is just reflection of light, if that makes any sense. But light itself has movement to it. It is not a stationary object without movement. It moves literally at the speed of itself. It's intrinsically moving at itself, the speed of light. But that speed is a physical, it's a physical measurement of time. It's the distance within a year. So time and light are inherently tied together. But time will infinitely be longer and last beyond what light even is. Time is necessary for light to exist. Knowing that trees have lived over 1,000 years is wild makes me want to be a tree. Music lights, that's a great point. What we're actually seeing, though, in that instance is the reflection of light off of said 1,000-year-old tree. So the light then hits from the sun, hits the tree, reflects into our eyeballs, into our cones. So what we are seeing is always inherently a perception of an object. If you and I are both looking at the same 1,000-year-old tree, right? I'm looking at it from 10 feet away. You're looking at it from 100 feet away. The time that the light takes to reflect into my eyes is less time than it'll take to get to your eyes. Thus, even though we are looking at the same object, we are always going to be perceiving the object differently because of the time it takes for the light to travel to our eyes. When we see a star that is 1 light year away, and that's an example, there's no star that's closer than a light year away. They're all like multiple thousands, hundreds light years away. When we see a star that is 1 light year away, we're actually looking 1 light year into the past, if that makes any sense. Because the light, if it takes 1 light year to get to us, if that's the distance it is to us, we're actually looking a whole year into that past of that star, because it's exactly 1 light year away. So, my favorite thought experiment is if someone was on a planet that was 10,000 light years away from Earth, and they had a telescope that was powerful enough to see Earth, and they looked at it right now, since they're looking at light that is reflecting from 10,000 years ago, they would see dinosaurs roaming around. They'd be looking at our Earth and see dinosaurs. Okay. It's the Super Bowl week, bro. This is why one day when I have other people in studio, they'll be able to rein me in and be like, Vini, quit talking about the sun, quit talking about time, quit talking about telescopes. Don't ever talk about dinosaurs. Have we as a community decided if we 100% believe that dinosaurs are real? Because I am telling you right now, I have not made up my mind. I see the bones. I've been to the museum. I've been to Washington, D.C., okay? I've seen the dinosaur bones, brother. I see the La Brea tar pits. I see the evidence of dinosaurs, but I don't see the dinosaurs. I think they are too big to have ever existed, okay? Also, they all died, huh? You know? Not a single one of them survived. Whatever. That is a story for a different time. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. I want to cover a few things today. Breaking down, obviously, the Seahawks and the Patriots and how these two teams got here is very important to me. Do I have all the answers? No, of course not. Am I going to be making up a lot of it as I go? Yeah, because I'm a liar, because I'm a bad guy. I am going to try my hardest to provide you with accurate information, but I am going to err on the side of confidence than factually accurate, right? Okay? I'd rather just project and pretend that I know what I'm talking about. So when you watch the show, you're like, yeah, I believe him. Rather than like sit here and tinker and actually come up with real reasons why, because it's funnier if I'm completely dead wrong. As you guys know, the funniest part of the show is when Vini's wrong. Veen Zine, the rollerblading machine. Have we ever watched that video together? I don't think we have. I want to start there. But I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube as well right now, and I can't on YouTube. I can't watch YouTube videos on YouTube, even though I made the YouTube video, which is hilarious. If a planet's 10,000 light years away, they'd be 10,000 years in the past and therefore would not observe Earth during the prehistoric era. If I wasn't, the years I wasn't, the years were not accurate there, Laser Rat, and I love you being a part of this. So, yes, sir. What up? I'm mainly just referring to that idea of like, The actual 10,000 number was not accurate, but the statement you're making is 100% true. It observed Earth during the prehistoric era if viewed through a telescope. Yeah. Basically, yeah, if it was 2,030 light years away, they'd see Jesus or whatever. Or whatever. Dude, the aliens are looking through the telescope. They're like, bro, I think this guy is their god. I just killed him. Oh, he's back. Yeah, he's gone. All right. It'd be so sick to be the alien looking back at us, watching us make mistakes. My favorite thought about aliens, and if they are, I didn't expect to get here this fast. Not in this show, but just in the lifetime of this, in the half-life of this program, to already be on Alien Talk 4 months in. Also, congrats to us, guys. We've completed 4 full months of this program. We've completed full 4 months of this program. It feels like it just started yesterday. It also feels like it's been a lifetime. Come on now. Dirty soda in the styrofoam? My favorite idea is them, the aliens, being like, watching us and observing us from afar and just being like this. Bro, look what they're doing. Oh my gosh, they're such idiots. That's my favorite part, is them just being like, bro, cannot believe they're doing that. Cannot believe that's actually happening. I'm going to go live on TikTok in just a moment here, but before we do that, just a little bit of why I think the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. It's because it's my life. It's now or never. I ain't gonna live together. Did you see they're making a Michael Jackson biopic? Are they going to have the in it? They're making a Michael Jackson biopic. It looks so sick. It's called Thriller. Are they going to have the in it? Are they going to have the oopsie, Michael, bad? Are they going to have any of that in it? If so, who's going to be the child actor? Well, are they going to have any of the, bad. I'm bad. Are they going to have any of the he's bad in it? I seriously doubt they're going to. Maybe at the end, they'll do this whole biopic about Michael Jackson and be like, look how awesome Thriller is. And then at the very end, it's like, although Michael Jackson was the king of pop and was so good at singing and dancing and being famous, he touched little boys' anuses at his house in Neverland. There might just be a one. Oh, dude, XD1, Voyager 1 is the most interesting thing that humankind has ever done, specifically because of the golden record. OMG, guys. I didn't expect this brother to be blessing us with such a beautiful voice. Fellas, you guys, you know him. You love him. Give it up for my man, Buffalo Bill. What up, Bill? How you doing, bro?
I am good.
Dude, how cold is it where you are? Tell me now.
Let me check. Actually, I have no idea right now.
Okay, I'll give you 15 seconds.
It is currently 19 degrees.
Bro, you crushed that. You did it in like 1 second. 19 degrees is crazy cold, Bill.
Yes, without wind chill.
What was the coldest it got to? Hurry.
I think it was 2 Fridays ago. I got to like -17.
That sounds, dude, -17, Josh Allen. Brother, do you follow me on TikTok or Instagram.com?
I think so, yeah.
Did you see any of my clips talking about the Bills? Because I'm sorry. I just don't believe in Joe Brady.
Oh, I don't either.
Oh, you don't? I've been hearing like that's kind of the general idea around Buffaloes. Everyone's like, why are we going with Joe Brady? What are we doing?
Well, because if we wanted Clinton Kubiak, we would have to wait till after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, now he's going to the Raiders.
The Raiders? The Raiders?
The Raiders, yeah. Clint Kubiak's going to be going to the Raiders.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not the biggest fan of the move for him. Obviously, for the organization, they're probably very stoked. But for Clint Kubiak, I think it's kind of a weird move. My thought on the Joe Brady thing is just it feels like a lateral move. It just feels like, we're going from Sean McDermott to Joe Brady. Like, there's not a whole lot of juice behind it, if that makes sense.
Well, I feel like they did that because they know Joe Brady more than any of those head coaching candidates because he was our offensive coordinator for over 2 years.
Yeah, he was. I just, when you think about what the Bills have done the past, 5 seasons, they've lost by a field goal here in the playoffs, a field goal in the playoffs 2 years ago. They lost by 6 in overtime to the Chiefs. Then they lost that game to the Bengals by 9 or whatever in the playoffs. And then a year before that, they lost by 3 in the playoffs. All these games are in the margins, right? It's time management. It's game clock. It's using your timeouts well. I don't know if Joe Brady's going to be able to do that stuff well and run the offense.
Well, I think he can because he also was Josh Allen's personal trainer before he got hired as offensive coordinator, and
yeah,
he was
QB
also
coach.
the receiver coach at LSU.
Whoa. He was the quarterbacks coach before he was the OC, right?
Yes, I think so. But
Yeah.
before that, he was the LSU receiver coach.
Whoa.
That 2019 with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, with Coach O. Listen, I think Joe Brady can potentially get some and be a good coach. It just feels like a weird move to get rid of Sean McDermott and then go with Joe Brady. I mean, those are just my thoughts, but ultimately it depends on what the Bills do in the offseason, right?
Yes. Also,
yeah, hit me.
So the opponents are set for the Bills. We play the Chargers next year.
Whoa.
So,
no way. Where's the game?
I think at Buffalo.
Okay.
I think. I'm going to check really quickly.
Okay, you have 15 seconds.
I think it's at Buffalo. I'm 90% sure it is.
Don't think, no.
So.
Yeah, you play at home. Boom, beat you to it, Bill.
Huh?
Yeah, it's the Chargers playing at Buffalo.
I don't think Justin Herbert's ready for those Bills fans.
Well, I don't think the Bills fans are ready for me because, brother, I'm going to make it to that game.
Of course, I don't know what it is yet. No one does.
I don't know when it is either, but I'm going to do whatever I can to be at that game and to be the number 1 Chargers fan in Buffalo and then take you to a football game. How does that sound?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll do an IRL TBWZ meetup in Buffalo.
Oh, I was just on Twitter to check something, and the Buffalo Bills have hired Pete Carmichael as their offensive coordinator.
Dude, there were 21 offensive coordinator positions that were open in the NFL this year?
Really?
It's so many, dude. It's like a whole new breed of people.
Yeah, crazy.
It's nuts. Well, Bill, it's Super Bowl week. You're obviously a true ball knower, and you're going to be watching the Super Bowl. Everyone's saying that the Super Bowl is going to be lame, but I know that you're a big fan of football, so the Super Bowl is going to be awesome. Do you have a final score for us or a prediction for the game?
Well, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game for Seattle. Not for New England.
So you think Seattle's going to put up points, but New England's going to struggle, eh?
Yes.
I feel you, bro. Well, my guy, Buffalo Bill, it's the last week of football. Are you interested in any other sports or stuff? Are you going to keep watching the show after football season ends?
Yeah, since you live in LA, I'm guessing you're a Lakers fan.
Yes, sir. Go Lake Show.
Same here.
Let's go, dude. Dude, that's awesome. And the Buffalo Sabres might make the playoffs, so we can talk about them.
I hope.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm just scrolling on Twitter on the Bills page, and if I can find it, I can read off the schedule for next year.
I found it. I found it on NFL.com.
Oh. Maybe
yeah, the game.
Show it on the thing. Sorry, on your live phone thing.
Boom. There it is. You're right. I should have done that. So the home opponents, you got the Dolphins, obviously the division, and then you have the Chiefs at home, the Ravens at home, the Lions at home, the Bears at home, and the Chargers at home. It's literally all set up for the Bills to have a magical season. All their hard games are at home. And then all of their
and we
Go on.
I think we were 8-0 at home this year.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. All of the hard games, you get the Chiefs, Chargers, Bears, Lions, Ravens, all of those games are at home. And then on the road, you have Denver and Green Bay, which might be tough. But then you got Raiders, Vikings, Texans, Rams. It's a pretty tough schedule.
But also, Mahomes not even might be back for that game. It could be earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Because remember, Mahomes tore his ACL.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, it's all set up again for dude. The NFL wants Josh in the Super Bowl so bad. He's got to get there. He's got to do it, man.
And especially if Joe Brady asked Brandon Beane or someone like that to get a receiver, like people are throwing around Justin Jefferson, which I believe Brandon Beane might do.
Getting Justin Jefferson would be crazy, dude. That'd be a huge move.
Oh yeah.
Man, that'd be awesome. Bill, absolutely love the talk, brother. Let's talk again later in the week and talk more Super Bowl, okay, bro?
Yes, of course.
All right, dog. Talk to you soon. Stay cold. Stay warm. Whatever. Okay, peace. Yeah, me and Buffalo Bill doing a meetup in Buffalo this year, 2026 TBWZ live from Buffalo. I'm trying to lock in my priority seating at the new stadium. From the locker room? No. Before I go live on there, the funniest part about this whole season is the entire time this season was going on, we kept saying like, hey, well, at least it's not going to be the Chiefs. We were just happy that it wasn't going to be the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. It was around like week 10, I would say, maybe week 10, when the Chiefs were a game below 500, and we're like, okay, this team's not going to do it this year. We were pretty much like week 10 or 11, we're like, yeah, this team's not it. We were kind of out on them. The whole time we're like, hey, at least it's not the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And then what did the world do? What did the football gods decide for us? No Pat Mahomes. All right. Here's the Patriots. Deep sadness and pain, suffering, all of that. Emotional damage, I wish it was the Chiefs again. I would rather have the Chiefs than the Patriots in the Super Bowl again. But here we are. We're doing it again. The Patriots Dynasty Part 2 is here. Because sometimes life isn't fair. Sometimes life is not good. Sometimes when life gives you lemons, they're sour. We all got so excited that it wasn't going to be the Chiefs this year. It wasn't going to be Mahomes. It wasn't going to be the Eagles. We were like, yay, it's someone different in the AFC. Who? The other team. The bad guys. It's just legit frustrating. From like 2019 to 2025, it was the Chiefs every year, except for the year that it was the Bengals or whatever. Before that, it was the Patriots every year. And now we're back to it being the Patriots again. And they're not doing it. Here's the worst part about the Patriots, man. The worst part about this iteration of the Patriots is that they're likable. At least with the old Patriots, they were cheating all the time. Bill Belichick, bad guy. Tom Brady was kissing his kids on the lips, being a weirdo. It was a team that you could get behind just having visceral hate towards. Everyone banded together and said, we hate the Patriots. It was a healing time for America. It was a healing time for us, for the people, for the sports watcher, for the ball knower. This team is not hateable. They are likable, lovable, even. This Patriots team, brother, sister, Drake May is a great guy to root for. Mike Vrabel is a great dude to root for. Drake May's wife bakes cookies. Why that has anything to do with it is beside me, but it does. It matters, okay? Aside from Stephon Diggs, that predator, that dabbler in homosexual activity, Stephon Diggs, the predator, the chain snatcher, well, probably, I don't know if I should say that. Aside from Stephon Diggs and the guy that beat up his girlfriend, Christian Barrymore. It's so funny to preface it like that. I'm like prefacing it as like, you know, aside from the guy who beat up his chef and the guy who beat up his girlfriend, and the owner who goes to massage parlor and hangs out with Jeffrey Epstein, the Epstein list is getting longer. Danger Russ was on it. Russell Wilson, Epstein list, 2026 bingo card. Off to a weird one. I wonder if there's a call sheet for like Russ. How much money could you win by guessing that Tom Brady's on the Epstein list somewhere? Russ has been exonerated by me. Russ, you're free. You're not in trouble. I'm the judge, the jury, and the executioner. If you guys ever need to bring something to my attention and be like, hey, is this guy guilty? Ask Z, ask Veen, and he will let you see. I be clearly now the rain has gone. I have a friend, or I had a friend. I'd still call him a friend. I haven't talked to him since elementary school. But I had this friend in elementary school named Michael, and he was the only black kid at our school. And, well, there was another one named Chase who was a quarterback, and he used up that quarter, baby. He spent it hard. Chase now lives in Arkansas, is having twins, or had twins. Got married and had twins. Life is set for my boy Chase. My first friend, Chase. Shout out to him. If you guys don't know, now you do know. If you're creating the Zeke Vini Wikipedia one day, in the personal section, you could say first friend ever was Chase. Chase, firefighter from Arkansas who has twins. Shout out to him. PV says after Drake May wins his third Super Bowl, they could be hated again. It's going to be hard to hate Drake May for a lot of people. I don't think he's ever going to be what Brady became, which Brady became this arrogant, super hot, supermodel wife, like MVP. Here are my rings, bro. Like, he became that guy. That's what Tom Brady became. Drake May, unless he starts cheating on Anne Michelle May and gets a new piece around his arm and starts flaunting and flashing, I don't think they're going to be able to hate on him. I think he's just going to be a likable dude his entire life. Literally because of her. Her image is pristine, immaculate, perfectly white. So white. The whitest couple in the world might be Anne Michelle May and Drake May. Clip that. Let's talk about Landry Shamet. What's up, Aiden? Yeah, the Knicks took it to the Lakers looked horrible, but no AR. No Austin Reeves? Yeah, okay. No Austin Reeves. Also, you know, the Knicks still aren't that good, bro. I'm still not looking at this Knicks team as like they could beat anyone in the West. The Nuggets, the Spurs, the Thunder. Nuggets, Spurs, Thunder. I'm trying to guess. I'm trying to decide whether I put Houston in there or not. No. Aiden, yes. Feel free. Dunk whenever you want, dog. I deserve it. I deserve more dunkage on top of my prunkage. Oh, guys, the Pro Bowl's tomorrow. I just forgot. In about, what time is it? What time did the show start? 2? At like 4 p.m., 4:30-ish, the NFL at a Super Bowl opening day starts. I'm going to be putting that on the TV and doing a live watch along to that. To all that. To all that smoke. Denver, Minnesota, Thunder, Spurs. No team in the East is beating those teams. Sorry. Count out the East. East is done. I got in so much trouble on Twitter for saying that. What we're looking at is a dynasty forming for the Patriots. And here's why I'm already projecting out such frustration. This team has $100 million in cap space next season. Ooh. They have $100 million in cap space next season, and they are going to a Super Bowl. And they have an MVP quarterback. And this is a roster that pretty much last year went 4-13. There wasn't a whole lot of changeover on the roster from this year to last year. And the team is so good. Guys like, Harold Landry, Spillane, Christian Ellis, Chason. Like, these guys, Marcus Jones is a rookie, but Christian Gonzalez, like, these guys have been around. Do I believe in the Pistons? I do, because they play a hard defense. Remember the old Monty Williams thing? That was funny. I believe in the Pistons because they play defense. I don't think the Knicks played that good of defense. They played really, really, really good defense last night, though. I will say that. This Patriots team is pretty much like the same team that they had last year. They obviously added in a couple of rookies. The O-line is like not that different. Obviously, they had Drake May last year. They've added in rookies and stuff like that. But there's not a whole lot of changeover from this team last year to this year. What changed is Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels. Vrabel and McDaniels have the coaching advantage in this game. Everyone is talking about McDonald and Kubiak. Dude, the coaching advantage is so clearly and obviously on the Patriots side. It's a lesser roster. The players are not as good. The players are a lot younger. Like, dude, the entire roster for Seattle, especially on defense, stacked. Think of the weapons in JSN, Cooper Kupp, Rashid Shaheed, and Kenneth Walker that Sam Darnold has to throw to. Dude, those four are up there with some of the best weapons in the league. What Mike Vrabel has done and what Josh McDaniels has done with less is so much more impressive to me than what the Seahawks have done. The coaching advantage is with New England 1,000%. This is Vrabel's 4th Super Bowl. This is McDaniels. I believe it's his 9th Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. These guys have gone to like between 11 and 13 Super Bowls together. That's a lot of bowls, brother. Robert Kraft, been here, done that. I think with what the seasons have looked like and where they have gone and the adversity that they've faced, I know the Seahawks faced adversity this season. There is goop coming out of my computer right now. My computer's covered in goop. Would you give your left arm to win 5 Super Bowls and 2 MVPs with the Chargers? Me, personally, to be the MVP? I don't know. When am I losing my arm? When do I lose my arm? It'd have to be after my playing career. I'd be in a freak accident or something. After. Huh. Interesting topic of conversation. 5 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs, no arm. It really comes down to how much do you value that appendage. If it was no arms, no brainer, I'm not taking any of that. The funny part is NFL athletes go to no Super Bowls and then lose their arms because the arm is just too hurt and broken to work. So, yeah, probably. No way. Michael Blaustein just responded to my story. Shout out to Michael Blaustein. And the Knicks. He's a big Knicks fan. Tommy DeVito could win a Super Bowl. And Josh Dobbs, the Pastronaut. I think there's a clear advantage in coaching on the side of the Patriots, in my opinion. They're going to be a lot less nervous for this game. They're also playing with house money. They are not the better team on paper. They are not the better team on paper. I don't think there's a whole lot of pressure on the Patriots. I think if anything, there's more pressure on the Seahawks to win this thing. The only pressure I would add to the Patriots is you're in an AFC division that's going to be a lot better next year than it was this year, should there not be injuries. But you also have $100 million in cap space to play with, and you know a ton of guys are going to want to be playing there next season. I do 100% think that the coaching advantage is with the Patriots. But when I look at both of these teams, it's pretty obvious to me that roster-wise, the talent with the Seahawks far outweighs the talent with the Patriots. Far outweighs the talent with the Patriots is the talent on the Seahawks. If I were to do a top 5 players in the Super Bowl, 4 of them would probably be Seahawks, and then 1 would be Drake May. Oh yeah, Jen, you're in here. Love that. 5. From 5 to 1, it's probably Eamon Wari. It's got to be. I have it written down actually. Why am I being such an idiot? Eamon Wari, Big Cat, Devin Witherspoon, Drake May, and then probably JSN number 1. I'm pretty sure the only Patriot that I would put in the top 5 players playing in the Super Bowl would be Drake May. The funny part is, like, 6 through 10 is probably also Seahawks. Like, Ernest Jones needs a shout. There's a ton of guys. Sam Darnold needs a shout, bro. What up, Slinger? Guys, Slinger got a promotion today. Shout out to Slinger. Come on now.
It's money turning me on. Hey, it's money turning me.
Yes, sir. If I'm doing top 10 players in the Super Bowl, let me pull this up real fast. If I was doing top 10 players in the Super Bowl, yeah. I said Witherspoon. I said Leonard Williams. And I said Nick Eamon, the nickelbacker. That sounds so inappropriate. I don't think there's a single O lineman in the top 10. I don't think there's a single O lineman that makes it into the top 10 players, which is weird because usually we have these Super Bowl teams that have beast offensive lines and big old boys to block for. If you yourself are a big hoss, if you're a big dog and you marry a wife that has big size to her, that has critical mass, if you're marrying a big lady and you're a big dude and you have the opportunity to make big old boys, turn them into offensive linemen as quickly as you possibly can. We need more. There's an offensive line epidemic in the NFL. Too many guys are trying to play tight end and getting cute with it. Don't do that. Quit dieting, eat cheeseburgers, get good at blocking. We need better offensive linemen. This is one of the first years in a long time where I'm looking at both these offensive linemen, and neither of them are a strength of their team. Honestly, the 2 offensive lines are probably the weakest units for both teams. They're both strongest units of the defensive lines. The D-line for Seattle, when you give me DeMarcus Lawrence, Byron Murphy has been awesome. I have a whole video breakdown on why Byron Murphy has been awesome. Leonard Williams has been fantastic. That defensive line is very, very, very good for Seattle. And then New England, Milton Williams has been solid. Tonga's been good. Christian Barrymore's been great. Harold Landry or Spillane, whoever they're dropping down when they're playing nickel, has been getting to the quarterback. The D-lines for both teams, the front 7 for both teams, I would say, are the strength for both of these teams. Given the fact that the weaknesses for both teams are the offensive line units, the protection against those front 7s, I think we're in for a messy, messy, messy Super Bowl. I think we're in for some sacks, baby. We're in for some sacks, some strip sacks, some fumbles from the quarterbacks, some tip passes, we're going to get such a controversial, like, was it a throw? Was his hand coming forward or not in this Super Bowl? I guarantee it, brother. I'm like the guy at Men's Warehouse. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it. Oh! I forgot I put ice in my water. I have sensitive teeth, and so when I drink ice water, it gets cold. I went to get ice cream with a lady, and I was eating the ice cream, and I went like this. Ugh. But I had to hide my face so she didn't see that I was like, because of my sensitive teeth. She didn't notice, which is good. So she still thinks I'm cool. It is embarrassing though. I haven't decided yet, Slinger. We should probably do something together. Maybe I make a trip down to OC. Maybe I could go take a trip from the land down under. I got to see what's going on though. I also might have a Super Bowl party. Haven't decided yet. I'm moving. So I'm moving, guys, and that part is stressing me out. Just some housekeeping. At the last day of the month, I have to move. I have to move on the 27th, which is a Friday. And so I probably is going to miss that show. I'll probably have to do all my moving on Thursday. Maybe I'll probably do it the weekend before, thinking about it. So maybe I get some help from my buddies. I don't know. There is a weakness on both these teams at the offensive line position and a strength for both these teams on the defensive line position. For that reason, I think it's going to be more of a messy Super Bowl than people think. I've the most popular that I've heard has been JSN anytime touchdown. I don't know if I like that play. I don't know if I like any receiver touchdown. I don't know if I like touchdowns at all in this game, dude. This game is going to be football. This game is for the fans. Do you want to know why? Thank you, Slinger. Bro, that makes me so happy. To have friends like you is super, super, super cool. And such a blessing. Love you, brother. I'll die for you. Well, I'd think about it. I would highly consider dying for you. Wouldn't like to, though. But that's not bad. Right? I'm not, if I were to die, sacrifice my life for somebody, it'd probably be my blood or my girl. Official, Slinger, I will not take a bullet for you. But I will really be so upset. And I'll try to take care of your family. Actually, I'll have them take care of me. Whatever. Yeah, Unruly, you're going to help with plane tickets for you to get you to move out to LA. Slinger, you weren't in here, but Buffalo Bill called in, and the Chargers play at Buffalo next year. So we're doing an IRL meetup with Buffalo Bill in Buffalo for the Chargers-Bills game. Unruly, since you're on the East Coast, I'll buy you a ticket up. All my East Coast guys, Tampa counts. XD1, you're coming to the game. You're coming to the Bills game. I take it back. Slinger, if it happens and someone's shooting, I'll take a bullet for you. Official. Odds are it'd be you, though, because you are the bullet slinger. I think everybody has a friend in their life where you're like, if there's a story, you see a story every once in a while, it's like, man shot by best friend. Everyone's like, that's horrible. How could your best friend shoot you? Everyone has a friend where you're like, if I was to get killed by my friend, it'd be that guy. And I know exactly who that friend is. And I think everyone that knows me well knows who that friend is as well. I think. His name's Tanner. Someone clip that. Z, I'm sure it'll be pretty quick move aside from your bed desk. That's the one thing, Laser, is my bed. What I'm going to have to do, I wish I could show you guys. Do we want to do a tour of my room right now? No, I can't move my camera. I could easily move my camera. It's just messy. My bed, yeah, it's just my bed. Phone stream. I need to figure out how to do that, Unruly, like IRL stuff. Did anything fun happen yesterday at church? No, not really. What's up, Carl? Hey, Carl. I think we're going to get a low-scoring game. I think this game is going to be close towards the end of the game. For that reason, I believe, personally, that the Patriots have a true advantage coaching in this game. This is not the same Patriots team that we saw with Bill Belichick, where every single week it feels like they're coming out with a new game plan, where they're coming out with like a new... Richard Sherman was talking about when you study the Patriots on film, you think they're going in with something, and the next week it feels like they're playing with a completely different playbook. That's not this Patriots team. This Patriots team is not like that. Defensively, that used to be the case, especially with Bill Belichick when he was coaching there. this team would do something one week and the next week completely change. This team's going to stay in their base defense. They're going to stay in their base 3-4 pretty much the whole game and run their game. They're going to do what they're good at, where their strengths are, because I don't believe that this team has the talent necessarily to do those things that Bill Belichick was doing. I don't think this team is talented enough to really, I don't know, completely shift up exactly what they're doing every single week like Bill Belichick was doing. That was the worst sentence ever. I sound like an idiot. The Seahawks defensively are going to stick to their guns as well. They run a lot of six-man deep. They run a lot of zone. They either drop 6 or 7 in zone and kind of just blanket defenses. That's that one in Madden where it's like 2 high over the top bubbles and then like 1, 2, 3 in the middle, 4, 5. So it's like a blanket of zone coverage underneath and then the 2 high safeties. That's your 7. That's your like 7 coverage. And then when they run 8, it's pretty much the same thing, but when they run cover 3 with the safeties up over the top. They do that and then they play a lot of man-to-man. They run a lot of exotic blitz packages, but the reason that the Seahawks are so good defensively is how they're able to shut down the run. When you shut down the run and you force them to pass and then you're dropping into that 7 coverage or 8, like it's really, really difficult to pass on. I don't necessarily think Drake May is going to have the easiest time in this game. I also don't think the Patriots have a ton of man beaters. Stephon Diggs can get open whenever he wants, really, but they can choose to double Stephon Diggs. I think the weakness for the Seattle defense is the tight end, is covering tight ends, okay? Not saying they're bad at it, but if they had one weakness, I do think that the weakness would probably be covering tight ends. So I do think Hunter Henry should have himself a game in this one. On the other side of the football, you know the Patriots are going to be able to make Sam Darnold uncomfortable. It's going to happen. He's going to get uncomfy. The pressure that this defense creates, look at what they've done in the playoffs, dude. I know all of those games were bad weather games, and so defense naturally kind of has a leg up in bad weather games. They shut down the Chargers, dude. They worked the Chargers, and that's a Chargers team that's been dealing with that O-line the entire season. They worked Justin Herbert. They worked C.J. Stroud. And against the Broncos, that defense played really, really good football. They played really good football. They gave that 1 touchdown. They played great football that entire game against the Broncos on the road. This is a really, really, really good defense that I don't think is going to struggle very much against this Seattle offense. The Seattle offense is one of the best in the leagues. This whole game, though, when I keep just breaking it down and thinking about what we're going to see, it really does feel like this is another David versus Goliath. And here's the thing, fam. Never calling you guys that again. I'm not from Toronto, fam. The Super Bowl's weird, bro. The Super Bowl is a weird football game. It's weird because you have 2 weeks to prepare. There is no game where coaching is more valuable than in the Super Bowl because you have the 2 weeks to prepare. One of the reasons the Patriots were so good in the Super Bowl is because you gave Bill Belichick that much time to prepare. Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels are going to have that team ready to play this football game. Not saying Seattle's not. I'm just saying, for a fact, Vrabel, who's been there, done that. Josh, who's been there, done that. This Patriots organization through and through who's been there, done that. They're going to have their team ready to play, and they're going to know what to do to slow down this Seattle offense. It's such an advantage to me. It is such an advantage to me to have those guys leading this team through that tunnel. I think it's going to be low scoring. I think it's going to be a defensive affair. And I think what we're going to see in the Super Bowl is a true treat. Last year's Super Bowl stunk, okay? There's no way to quantify this. Don't look it up either. Actually, let's look it up. We'll look up Super Bowl results by year. Super Bowl history. Just to make sure I'm right. Also, 3 years in a row, the dog has won outright. 5 years in a row, the dog is covered, if you're into any of that stuff, okay? Obviously, last year was kind of a blowout, not a very good game. 40-20. Great game. This was the overtime game. Great game. Great game. This was a blowout. The Bucks over the Chiefs. We don't really, and then this game, if you remember, was an awesome game as well. I know the score is not great, but it took that it was an 8-point game or a 6-point game, or 7. I forget 7-4. I think it was an 8-point game. No, it was a 3-point game when the Chiefs. He threw that deep touchdown to Tyreek Hill. This was not a great Super Bowl. Here's what I'm getting at. If we get hit with a not so good Super Bowl, the next year we get hit with a gem. Okay? This year, we are going to be getting a gem. That means we're going to have a close game. When I give you all of these ingredients of like close game, David versus Goliath, really strong defenses, do you trust Sam Darnold still? Coaching advantage, been there, done that before with the Patriots. All of this is just shaping up when I'm seeing the pieces so clearly. But no piece is more glaring and obvious to me than everyone and their mother is taking the Seattle Seahawks in this game. Everyone is taking the Seahawks. Every single NFL analyst, every person I see on TikTok, every person in my comments, every person in my lives, Seahawks, 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 Seahawks. That tells me more clearly than anything that this game is going to be won by the New England Patriots. Also, because of what I have on the line in this game, I am going to have to get a haircut that is going to be truly detrimental to my ability to swoon. Let me hold the door for you, my lady. She'd say, get away from me, freak. I got to tell her about the hair. It's literally something I have to talk to her about this week. By the way, I literally have to be up front and be like, hey, by the way, I have to like sit her down, I have to grab her by the shoulder and say, this might happen to me. Okay? This might happen to me. C Music Light to the man. I have to actually talk with this lady and be like, hey, by the way, this might happen to me. It's a great test of like, will you stick with me through the thick and through the thin? Boy, I don't know. And the plan is if the Patriots win the Super Bowl, win, because that's just what's going to happen to my life. Monday, I'm going to be doing it live from my barber's apartment. And I'm just going to do Monday. Shout out Music Light, you're the man, dog. Give you one of these on the way out. I'm going to be going live from my barber's apartment, and he's going to just cut my hair from his apartment. So I'll bring my whole setup over there. So Monday, the live show will just be him twisting my hair up and giving me the braids and stuff like that and lining up your boy. Oh my gosh, it's going to be horrible. She's going to break up with me. She's going to be like, we're done. Not seeing you anymore. Not saying that we are. Whatever. We can go there some other time. But fellas, we're going to dive deeper into the Super Bowl as the week goes by and as we get more and more closer to the game. And there's going to be some storylines that pop up. I want to talk about who has more pressure on them, what coach has more pressure, what quarterback has more pressure. Why does it feel like this is a pressureless Super Bowl? And what does it mean for both of these quarterbacks' legacies moving forward? What are we going to talk about with the Super Bowl MVP, Drake May? How are we going to discuss a Super Bowl MVP, Sam Darnold? What does that mean for their careers moving forward? With the Sam Darnold thing, what I'm most interested on is what quarterback is out there that we passed on. We're like, nah. If you're going factually accurate, it would have to be Mac Jones. Mac Jones, for me, is the answer. He was in the Patriots organization when it wasn't being run very well. I'm not going to lie. Bill Belichick did take Mac Jones to the playoffs, though. It wasn't a great situation there at the time. It was not a great situation for Mac Jones. And then he does a year in San Francisco, rehabilitates, and then he might be a starter next year. I don't know. But who is the quarterback that we're passing on right now that is going to be elite later in their career? Zach Wilson? Tua? I don't know. But it will be somebody. With that, like I said, we're going to, as the week goes by, we're going to talk more and more Super Bowl. I want us to be sick of it by the time the game comes. And if we want to do anything for the game, I don't know. I haven't decided. Jalen Milroe. XT1, we haven't even given that boy a shot. Lank. Let a naysayer know. Let's watch that clip while I go live on TikTok. Lank. No. Pat McAfee. Why is this so hard to find? Oh, here it is. Bryce Young or Trevor Lawrence? Both really, really good calls. Crap. This always happens. Gosh dang it. Safari is the worst browser in the history of browsers, brother. Safari stinks. This happens when it's open for like more than 2 hours. Randomly, the video player just decides, hey, I'm gonna put all the audio in 0.5 speed or like 0.2 speed. And then I have to exit out, quit out of Safari, and then I have to reopen it. And it doesn't have any sort of feature that's like, hey, would you like to reopen all your browser windows that were open last time before it crashed? It doesn't have that feature. So it's just like your SOL. And I hate that. Gosh, it makes me so mad. Crap! Kozla, I have the Patriots winning 19-17, to be completely honest with you. I have Pats 19, Seahawks 17. I kind of highlighted all of my reasons why. But Koz, I'm going to be going live on TikTok right now, and you'll probably hear me say it 1,000,000 billion times as to why I think they're going to win. The funniest part is the answer is literally just because everyone else is going with the Seahawks. And that is unquantifiable. No one can argue that. No one can be like, I think you're wrong. What the hecky? Whoa, you guys are saying something way different. Oh, no. Can you elaborate a bit more? Yeah. 1 sec. You guys, oh, no. We might crash. No. All right, we're not crashing.
Often wears his own brand.
Crap!
Harrell reading LANK across the front. It's an acronym that stands for Let a Naysayer Know. Being told by his former offensive coordinator,
That
Bill
is
O'Brien.
not what I thought.
Is that not what you thought?
Boy, let a naysayer know.
Let a naysayer know.
Of course.
The professional's right in the middle of his lead. That's all right. I just keep going.
You almost lost me. It got real tight up here as you were. I just want to let you know.
Reese, you were too smooth with that. I thought it was going down.
Oh, it's my favorite clip of all time. I absolutely love it. I also can't really see the chat. Get rid of that. Kozlaw, that is not what I thought you were going to say. Yeah, let a naysayer know. It's obviously not that. I cannot say what it is. But speaking of Hammer Dog, what up, brother? How are you doing, dog? Here's why I think the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. The main two reasons why I think the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl is, one, because all season I've been talking about how this team stinks. And Patriot fans have been in my mentions all over social media telling me how much of a loser I am and how wrong I am. And I've been fighting against the dark side this entire season. It's myopic, but I have to get my hair cut in a horrible fashion if the Patriots win the Super Bowl because of a friendly handshake I made with Unruly months ago. Like, when the season first started, I like jokingly said I'll get my hair cut like this if the Patriots win the Super Bowl. And now they're playing the Super Bowl. It's just all set up for me to fail, Coz. It's all set up for me to fail, okay? 19, what kind of score is that? I know it's a tough score to reach. It's 4 field goals and a touchdown. That is how you get to 19, Evan D. 4 field goals and a touchdown. Or you can go 2 field goals, 2 touchdowns with 1 missed extra point. That's how you can also get to 19. There's 2 options. But yeah, 19. I just went with that. So, it's all set up for that reason as why I think the Patriots are going to win, because of just generally I think I am going to have to eat crow for this whole thing. The other reason is everyone's on the Seahawks, and I think it's going to be a really close game, and I have the coaching advantage going to Mike Vrabel and going to Josh McDaniels. They have the coaching advantage, in my opinion. They have been there. They have done that before. This is not a new thing for the Patriots at all. This is not a new thing for the Patriots at all to be in the Super Bowl. I know it's a rookie quarterback. I know it's a whole new team. I know this isn't Tom's team anymore. I know it's not Bill. But gosh darn it, it's still the Patriots, bro. It's still the Patriot way. The last time we had this kind of team that was number 1 in defense and then number 2 in offense was the 2000 whatever Super Bowl, where it was the Rams, the greatest show on turf. Guess who beat them? The Patriots. Young Tom Brady. Let me go back to that. Let me go back to that. People who are chatting, what up, Dawn? What up, Blaze? Have I watched the playoffs? No, brother. I don't even know what football is. Super Bowl results by year. I was just here. Yeah, it was that 2002 Super Bowl. It was the St. Louis Rams lost to that Tom Brady-led Patriots team. That was when it all began for the Patriots. And this is another one of those games where David goes up against Goliath. I don't know if you guys know how the story goes. David does pretty well in that. Next stream, I got a 15-stream watch streak. Let's go, Oreo. You're the man. You are the absolute man. Stats-wise, Drake May has been better stats than Tom. Yeah, also, I just think it's a different game, Coz. I think it's a different game. It's just played differently at this point. Crazy bro, TB. I have trouble seeing the chats, guys. It's kind of far away. But if anybody wants to call into the show, the number is at the top of the screen. If you want to call into the show and talk ball, I would love to have someone call in and chit-chat and tell me why I'm wrong. Or agree with me vehemently. Or if you want to talk NBA, if you want to talk about all of that as well. Any news on that bracket, XD? We are all locked in on XD's bracket. The other reason I do want the Seahawks to win ultimately because I am a just anti-Patriots guy, but you know, things happen. Things happen. Don't worry, they're not scoring no 40+ points. No, I don't think the total is going to hit 40 points at all. I think it's going to be a very, very low scoring game. The strength of both these teams is on defense. That is absolutely for sure. Coz, I think the Seahawks are a good football team. I think playing at home in the playoffs does have some sort of, how do I put this? Heightened sense of skill and talent of a team. Like, people are discrediting the Patriots, I think, because of what they did against the Broncos and how they didn't win by enough against Jarrett Stidham. Like, bro, playing on the road in the playoffs is super difficult. Is very, very difficult. Jeff Allen says, I'll send you $25 if this prediction comes true. Jeff, thanks, dude. That's nice of you. You're the man. You are the man. If anybody wants to call in the show, the number's at the top of the screen. Please call in. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I can't see all the chats because the phone's kind of far away. I believe, ultimately, that what the Patriots have done to get to this position has been incredibly difficult. What the Seahawks have done to get here, getting through the Niners, I think most teams would have beat the Niners. How the Eagles didn't, brother, no idea. No idea. No idea how the Niners did beat the Eagles. It just goes to show how bad that Eagles team was. That game wasn't a big game. And you got the Rams at home. That was an opponent that you've seen 3 times. You kind of knew what was coming at you. Ultimately, that game, like, I'm not sitting here today and saying the Rams deserve to be in the Super Bowl more, but I will say that between those two games, those teams were incredibly, incredibly close. Like massively close. I don't think I'm going to win because I need the Seahawks to win with a high-scoring game. Oh, you're not? Yeah, he's not close on the projected point total, but yeah, because the Chargers are a gauntlet. Jeff, be nice to my Chargers, brother. Jeff, be nice to my Chargers, bro. Please be nice. The Chargers are not a gauntlet. No, they're not. That is a tough defense, though. The Chargers are a tough defense. The Texans was a tough defense. And the Denver was a really, really tough defense. So when people are talking about how good the Seahawks defense is, I'm like, bro, the Patriots have played 3 of the top 5 toughest defenses in the league the past 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever it is, how long the playoffs have been going on. They've faced the tough defenses. They have been there, done that. This will be one of the harder challenges defensively for this Seattle team. And we're getting a call right now. I sent you some on Discord, Zach. You show it. I just hate the Pats. I'm with you. Fellas, we're getting a call right now. If Bo was there, the Broncos would have won. Christian, I don't know if I subject to that opinion, dude. I really, really don't know. Obviously, they probably would have had a better chance at winning, but I don't know if just because Bo Nix is in the game, they win. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Brody. I'm calling from Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I feel like you only post rage bait content. You know what I'm saying? Like, Seattle is genuinely about to win by 25 points, okay? And those Chargers, man, fuck the Chargers, bro.
Whoa.
And, like, you be dissing on the Dame. You be dissing on Seattle, bro. They went through the gauntlet to get here, man. Those Niners, bro, no one in the league could have done what Seattle did to them. Bro, Drake May is throwing 15 interceptions this Sunday. And if Drake May doesn't throw 15 interceptions this Sunday, I will donate $25 to you, bro.
Brody.
Fuck the Chargers, nigga.
Whoa. All right. Did I get banned on TikTok for that? I do not know. But Brody, unfortunately, because of your complexion, or at least what I assume your complexion to be, and the utilization of some of the language that you used, your number is being blocked. You will never call back again. I'm so sorry. But I will take the 25 donated if the Patriots win. Seahawks are number 1 in DVOA. Yeah, Jeff, I don't do that crap. I don't do DVOA. I don't do DVOA. I am not picking the Patriots. I cannot state this enough. I'm not picking the Patriots based off of any stat in the world. If I was just sitting here and I was a nerd and I was a computer guy and I was like this, yeah, according to the rankings, Seattle's the better team. Obviously, Seattle's the better team. Obviously. On paper, in practice, in the games, everywhere. Everywhere across the board, Seattle's the better team except coaching-wise. I'm going to give it to Vrabel and I'm going to give it to Josh McDaniels on both sides of that ball. What the computers don't account for is the fact that the Super Bowl is a weird game. Weird things happen in the Super Bowl, dude. It is the culmination of the entire season. It is not necessarily about who the better team is in a one-game sample size like the Super Bowl. If they were playing a 3-game series, absolutely, 100%, give me Seattle in a 3-game series. It's a 1-game sample, dude, on a neutral site in Santa Clara, California. I do not account to the idea of utilizing stats to predict how a game is going to go. The computers also don't account for the fact that Seattle's Mike has a better last name. That's very, very true. Would you rather go to a restaurant called McDonald's or would you rather go to a restaurant called Vrabel? That one's easy. We're getting another call right now. Guys, I can't read the chats too much over here because my phone is far away. On the Purple app, at Take Back with Zach, is where you can hear the calls clearly and chat with the boys. At Take Back with Zach on Twitch or YouTube right now. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Kozlaw who was bothering you in the chat. That last guy was a weird caller. He was copium and straight. But the reason I called in is I can't believe that you say in all assets the Seahawks are better. Patriot better coach. They have a tight end running back, better in QB. They have an equal defense during the playoffs. I'll give you final season.
Sure.
The season the Seahawks are better, full, but in
Sure.
the playoffs, and you're telling me that Sam Darnold is better than Drake May. You're actually saying that right now with a straight face.
You're right. It's a toss-up. I do think Drake May has had a better season than Sam Darnold. I think skills and talent-wise, I think Sam Darnold has an awesome arm, and he's super accurate. I know Drake May is incredibly accurate as well, makes wise decisions. They're pretty close to me. I'll give the edge to Drake May, though. One thing I did preface,
the Drake May's accuracy for the deep pass is the highest percentage, one of the highest percentages ever, and then Sam Darnold's TD to interception ratio is 25-14. I think Sam Darnold's going to be seeing ghosts because the Patriots already know him, and Vrabel knows how to prepare well. That's my biggest thing, right? Like, if you have a better coach that can prepare your guys well, you're right. Like, they have a better running back. I think running back is tied because Ramondre has just been a beast. But Kenneth Walker, like, I can't lie with you, he's probably a little bit better. Yeah. But, like, I think defense-wise, the Patriots have a decently – it's a toss-up. I don't think it's this 4-point. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a close game. And, hopefully it doesn't end in an interception like before, which would be funny again. I'd laugh my ass off. Imagine the betting odds on that one.
Imagine. There's got to be something. And C Magu, what up, dog? Thank you for the follow over on Twitch. I'm with you. The reason this game is always weird is the fact that there's 2 weeks to prepare. You give Mike Vrabel and you give Josh McDaniels 2 weeks to prepare. They're going to make it a close game. They're going to make it entertaining and make it a thing. I'm picking the Patriots purely because of that advantage. Like, I know McDonald's a great coach. I know Kubiak's a great coach. Him interviewing last week with the Raiders and taking the Raiders job, that does have an effect on the human being. Not saying they're going to come in unprepared, but it does have an effect. And I'll give you the advantage tight end. Running backs is very, very close. If Travion can figure it out this week, that'd be huge. Ultimately, I think it's going to come down to what O-line can protect their quarterback more.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that one. And the other thing is we have to look at the grand scale of things. Like, I think Drake May has been a little bit injured, but I don't think I think Sam Darnold, you will see it in the third and fourth quarter. You watch this. It'll be like every single Super Bowl where you see the Patriots
Jason G, thanks for the follow, bro.
They always do an adjust after the second half. We come out, we're very conservative. Each team is very conservative. It's like a boxing match. It's like a dance. And then we adjust in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah.
If you go back to that game against Seattle when we played them versus Russell Wilson versus Tom Brady, you saw the Josh McDaniel adjust in the third and fourth quarter, and I think you got that right on the hill. Anyways, I'll let you get going. Have a good show, man. Take it easy.
Coz, you're the man. Talk to you soon. Peace. That's the guy, Coz, just hopped off the phone. Whoever that 732 number, that call we just missed, bring it in. C Magu, lots of people doubting the Pats. Dude, that's exactly what the Patriots want. That is exactly what the Patriots want. That's how they've always been doing it. True, Will Campbell's been buns. He kind of has. Yeah, you will see him throw for 3 touchdowns. Hammerdog, who are you talking about? 202, we're going to take you after this call, but I'm going to bring up 732 right now. What up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. Please mute the stream in the background. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Bernie McCune. Come from Chattanooga. First thing I want to say is, fuck the Chargers.
All right, that 202 number can call back. We had another. What? We had 2 guys from Chattanooga. Bro, I would have listened to your phone call if you just hit it a little better. Obviously, we're not going to get more than 2 people from Chattanooga ever calling into a show. When the last Chattanooga guy just said the N-word, and so I blocked him. And then you come in, you're like, I'm from Chattanooga. I think the Chargers suck. Bro, obviously I know who you are. Wisen up, dog. I can just, dude. People from Chattanooga are hilariously dumb. What up? Bad Bunny versus the Patriots. I'm excited for the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime performance. Couldn't you tell? He just switched phone. Yeah, he's like, Mom, can I borrow your phone? And he's in the TikTok still being like, this guy's being mean to me. Hawks O-line is 15th overall. Pat's defensive line will be bringing so much pressure. Average sports, bro, neither of these O-lines are very good in my opinion. Whoever the 202 number is, there you are, bro. There you are. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name's Griff. I'm calling from Washington, D.C. And I appreciate the depth that you're going into with this take, but I think it's going to be a blowout by Seattle, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Griff, you think it's going to be a blowout?
Yes, sir.
Griff, you're coming to us from Washington, D.C. What team are you a fan of?
I'm a fan of the Buffalo Bills. I have strong ties to New York and that little area up there. So.
Yeah, because I know the DMV can be a wild spot. There's kind of fans from all over. You seem like a football fan. One thing I want to get to, and I love your opinion. We could talk about the game, obviously, but people seem to not care about the Super Bowl or think it's going to be lame. You think it's going to be a blowout. I personally think it's going to be a close game. Why do you think it's going to be a blowout?
I feel like the Seahawks offense is going to be a little too much for that Patriots defense, and Drake May hasn't played good enough competition to the point where he can play on the level that he has been during the regular season and the easy games that he's been doing in the playoffs against that Seattle defense.
Yeah, I think the Drake May thing is interesting. He has played the Chargers, Texans, and Broncos, who are three really, really good defenses. So, and he's played in weather. He's played in the snow. Like, I don't think he's had a good opportunity to really showcase his skills in the playoffs. Do you think they're going to score more points on a neutral site in like decent weather in Santa Clara, or do you think it's going to be more of the same?
I think I like a Seattle, maybe a 2-possession win, but I do think Drake May is going to get his good moments in the game.
So you think Seattle by 2 possessions, maybe like 10, or are you thinking more like 14, like 2 tutties?
I'm thinking like 10.
Yeah, I could see that, like a late score. Like it could be a close game, then a late score to put it over to 10. I'm with you, dude.
Yeah.
Good take. Are you in school or do you work?
I'm in school.
Nice. What grade are you in?
High school.
Bro, you play ball?
No, I wish, but I help manage the team and like coach and stuff.
That's so awesome. So you play a lot of Madden, I assume.
Yeah, I do.
Bro, I've been streaming now for a little while. We just started playing some Madden. So if you follow on Twitch, we could link up and play some games together. But
awesome. Yeah, thanks.
I think one of the biggest aspects to learning the game of football is actually playing Madden. And right. Watching the game, like what the Seahawks do defensively is basically that like coverage where they're going to run a lot of like 2 high safety and 3 high safety and then just blanket coverage underneath. So I think this game is going to come down to a ton of decision making and like what quarterback do you think is going to make wiser decisions in this game? Like you think it's going to be Sam Darnold, but I think Drake May might have a better, cleaner game than Sam.
Yeah, I like his decision making and I also really trust Mike Vrabel as a coach, but I just think Seattle's going to do they're going to come with all guns firing, and I think they might just get the edge on this one by maybe like 10, 14 points, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, bro. Dude, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. Do you have any plans for the game yet?
Probably just going to have a party with some friends, get some wings, things like that.
Love it, bro. That's awesome. Happy Super Bowl week. We're live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Keep calling back in, man. Follow whenever you can, and thank you for being part of the show, dude.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right, peace. It's my guy, Griff. Epic dude. Love that guy. Drake May has been messy in the playoffs so far. He has been XD, but I do think that playing in the snow 3 times, playing against the Texans, the Chargers, and the Broncos takes its toll on any sort of offense. Rapid, thank you for sharing the live, dude. And Alex, thank you for the follow. I'm sorry I can't really see all the chats, but on Twitch, on the Purple app, I could see all the chats, and you can hear the phone calls a lot better. What is that, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is LeBron from New York City.
LeBron from New York City?
Yeah.
What up, LeBron? How are you?
Good. How about you?
Are you, this might sound inappropriate. You're not LeBron James, are you?
No.
Okay.
Come on.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I don't know what he sounds like, when he's not playing basketball.
Wait, what was that? Sorry, my volume was too low.
What part of New York are you in?
Like downtown. I'm not going to say the exact point because,
downtown New York? I've never heard of it.
Like,
LeBron from New York, you're calling to the show today. What did you want to talk about, dog?
So who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl?
Go on.
Who's going to score all the touchdowns?
Who's going to score all the touchdowns? I have New England winning the Super Bowl against Seattle. I don't have a whole lot of touchdowns being scored. I think there's going to be maybe 3 touchdowns scored in this game. I think if I was to choose 2 players from each team to score, I would probably take Hunter Henry and Ramondre Stevenson or Drake May himself. I'd probably take Hunter Henry and Drake May from Seattle or from New England. And then from Seattle, 2 players to score. Probably lean towards Kenneth Walker, and Cooper Kupp. Those would be the four guys, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I agree with the Patriots winning.
You do? What team are you a fan of in New York? There's two teams to root for up there.
I like the New York Giants, and my second team's the Patriots.
Whoa. Giants and Patriots fan? I bet that was messy a couple years ago.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. Bro, are you in school or do you go to work?
I go to work.
Nice. What kind of job do you have, dog?
Flooring.
Flooring. That's really important. Do you have a specialty in flooring? Are you a hardwood guy? Are you a granite floor guy? Are you a tile guy?
Tile.
Yeah, tile flooring. So you work on your knees a lot.
Yeah, I got pads on them.
You got pads on the knees and you're working in the tile. Is there any sort of like, at what point in the building process does the flooring guy come in? Like, I assume they have to build the whole building out first and then flooring is one of the last things that you do?
No. So, like, they clear out the whole room. Like, if it's carpet, we got to rip the carpet up, measure it, and use caulk.
Oh, so these you're going into people's homes and apartments that are like tearing out their carpet and putting tile flooring in.
Yeah, we can't really put tiles on top of carpet.
That'd be kind of silly, huh?
Yeah, it really would.
Do you do any heated floor action for like bathrooms and stuff?
Yeah, I do bathrooms. That's the majority of what I do, like showers and like, yeah.
Showers and bathrooms. Do you, if you were to like completely build out a house and you were to get a brand new house and you were to build it from scratch up, what kind of tile are you going with? Like, what would an expert tile man choose for his own domain?
Probably like a granite or marble.
That's good. And do you have a good supplier? You had a good tile guy, or are you just rolling into like Home Depot or something like that?
I own my own business.
But what about your supplier of tile?
Oh, I just go to Home Depot.
Oh, you just rock Home Depot. Are there any, like, is there any sort of, you say New York, you say you're in flooring. My head, my pea-sized brain kind of runs towards that idea of, like, are there any mob ties in the tile game? Do you have to run into any mob guys when you're doing construction work?
Yeah, sort of.
Whoa. Have any of them tried to scare you off of a job?
Yeah, actually they have.
Really? Are you allowed to elaborate on that at all?
Nope, not really.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, LeBron, we're going to keep the show rolling. Was there anything else you wanted to say before you left?
Wait, what? Sorry, my volume was like bugging.
Yeah, totally. We're going to keep the show rolling, LeBron. Was there anything you wanted to say before you left?
Not really, but I do. What's your top 5 QBs of all time?
Top 5 quarterbacks of all time?
Yes.
Hey, LeBron, we gotta go here soon.
Number
Okay,
1 is
second.
Justin Herbert. Number 2 is Phillip Rivers. Number 3 is Matt Leinart. Number 4 is Carson Palmer. Number 5, Caleb Williams.
Of all time.
Yeah, that's it. Go Trojans. Go Chargers.
Wait, so that's your all time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Caleb Williams in top 5?
Yeah, and Matt Leinart.
So
Dude,
Tom Brady's not in top 5?
Dude, don't even get me started on John David Booty. I almost threw Mark Sanchez in there. LeBron, absolutely electric call. We're live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, dog. You're a great character. Please call back to the show whenever you can.
Okay, I will.
All right, peace out. It's my guy LeBron. No, Rapid is faster. Yeah, no Brady. It's Justin Herbert, Phillip Rivers, Dan Fouts, Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, John David Booty, Mark Sanchez, Matt Barkley, and Caleb Williams, Miller Moss, and Jade Mayava. 49ers the GOAT. What about Drew Brees? He was a Charger. Dude, this is Drew Brees right here, Coz. This is Drew Brees. This is the only Charger on the wall right now. This is Drew Brees in Oakland. The fact that young kids do not remember when the Oakland Raiders used to play on a dirt patch is sad to me. I want them to remember what it looked like for them to play on the dirt patch. The Raiders are one of the most sorry franchises in the world. That's why one of the reasons I think Clint Kubiak is making a completely horrible decision. I can't see your username. Whoever's commenting, Caleb Williams is really good, but what about Drake May? I can't really see your username, but I wish I could address you. It's kind of hard for me to see the chats. I am live on Twitch, and over there I can see it because it's right here, but my phone's kind of far away. It's at Take Back with Zach over there if you guys want to jump in over there. But he said Williams is good, but what about Drake May? Yeah, Drake May's solid, dude. I was kind of just messing around with LeBron for that list. Just Caleb, brother. Absolute electric. Welcome to the show. I love you so much. Please hit the follow button. If you do not already follow, you are the absolute man. Clint Kubiak has basically decided he took enough interviews during this 2-week period. Anthony, follow. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the follow, dog. Clint Kubiak has been named the head coach of the Raiders. Not officially until after the Super Bowl, but that seems like where he's going. We're going to get to that take in just a moment. I am getting a call right now. We're getting a phone call right now. If you guys want to hear the phone call a little bit better, it's live at Take Back with Zach on the Purple app. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hunter, Missouri.
Hunter from Missouri, straight to the point. My guy, what is up? You're calling into the show. What do you want to talk about today, Hunter?
So, what do you think about the Cowboys this offseason?
What do I think about the Dallas Cowboys this offseason?
Yes.
I think they need to make some moves, especially on defense. Like, I think the moves that they made during the offseason or at the trade deadline was solid, but they need to make some moves. And they don't have the most amount of cap space. They're actually negative in the cap right now. So they're going to have to decide on first of all, do they sign Garrett Wilson, or do they sign Javonte Williams? So I think that's where they start first and foremost.
Yeah.
Who would you rather sign, Garrett Wilson or Javonte?
I think George Pickens and Javonte Williams.
You can only choose one given the cap space that I think they're going to have, because right now for 2026, it looks like they're going to be.
My friend. I think. Was
that your dad?
No, it's my brother.
Oh, is he chill?
Yeah.
Is he older or younger?
Older.
Does he know ball?
No.
No, dude. He doesn't. Is he a nerd?
Yeah.
He is? That's so sick. Does he have a girlfriend?
No.
What grade is he in?
9th.
Oh, he's in 9th grade, bro. He's never even held a girl's hand, huh? Yeah, probably not. Well, are you in Missouri? You're in Missouri, but you're a Cowboys fan. Why not Chiefs?
Kind of just overall, my family's a Cowboys fan.
Okay.
For Tristan to pick with, because I couldn't remember.
Yo, who was that?
My younger brother.
Bro, you're sandwiched in the middle?
Yeah.
I'm a middle child too. I have an older sister and a younger brother.
That's nice.
Yeah, isn't that sweet? I bet your younger brother gets more chicks than your older brother.
Probably.
Yeah. He's what, 7?
Yeah.
Bro. Hunter, I think that the Cowboys have a good team, a good enough team to make the playoffs, especially offensively. They don't have a ton of room when it comes to the salary cap. They're going to have to make some moves and cut some players and restructure Dak's contract, maybe restructure CD to try to move some guys around and make some pieces happen. But if they can, I think the Cowboys will have a good season next year. But those are my kind of thoughts on the Cowboys. When talking about the Super Bowl, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl, Hunt?
Seahawks.
Yeah, you got the Seahawks. Do you play video games?
Oh, yeah.
Do you play Madden?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that's sick. I've been playing Madden on Fridays and stuff like that on my Twitch at Take Back with Zach. You should follow there
Yeah.
so when we go live, you can get the noti and then we can play Madden together.
Is it same username as TikTok?
Yeah, same thing.
All right, thank you.
All right, bro. Talk to you soon, Hunter.
Yep. You too. Bye.
Peace. Bro, Hunter was the man, guys. Bro, why is everyone picking the Pats? This game is going to be a blowout. Michael, I haven't seen another person in the universe pick the Pats. The reason I'm picking the Pats is because everyone's on the Seahawks. There are not many stats to back up my take about the Patriots winning the Super Bowl, aside from the fact that everyone and their mother is on the other team, on Seattle. Seattle 35, New England 21. Rick, I do not think that many points are going to be scored. Dad bods and fishing rods to follow. Thank you, bro. Seattle by 18. Billy, I love the utilization of the number 18 there. I haven't seen a lot of games that are of the scoring margin of 18. Of the scoring margin of? Sometimes I sound like an idiot. Hunter, my guy, very, very W call. Very W call from Hunter. That was awesome. Every person I've seen on TikTok the past few days has picked the Pats. I didn't know that, Michael. If I knew that, I would have picked Seattle because I don't actually have integrity. I'm a bad guy. Just kidding. I volunteer at my church every Sunday with the children's ministry. Yesterday, one of the kids was like, how do I put this? One of the kids really, really loves trains. He loves going choo-choo. And he was in a corner reading a book where no one else was. All the girls were doing the craft, and then these two kids were playing dodgeball, and I was throwing the ball at them. I, like, as a joke, was like, haha, would it be funny if I hit the kid reading the books? If I hit the guy, the kid who choo-choo, the locomotive lover, and I'd hit him, and he cried right away. Cried right away. Got so sad. I felt horrible. I was the only person in there. I had to just pretend like it was a different kid. I blamed it on a 7-year-old. When they're like, what happened? I was like, oh, they were just throwing the ball around. And they're like, you threw that. I was like, no, I didn't. And I had to lie. So I guess I was trying to say I am a good guy, but I guess I'm a bad guy. Clip that. In no world will New England win this game. None. Period. Hi, Hard. You sound like a very serious guy. Absolutely love you. Call into the show. Tell me why. I think it's going to be a blowout by 21. This is Jacoby. This is definitely... Yeah, clip. The reason I say clip that is because it helps me find the clips later in the show. Hunter, thank you for the follow. Tristan, what up, dude? Jacob Jacoby, if you want to call into the show, the number's at the top of the screen. High Hard 2026. Number at the tip top. Number at the dip top. Number at the wibbity hop scotch. I didn't get to this take fully because my guy Hunter called in with the most W call of all time. Older brothers are lame. Younger brothers are chill. Clint Kubiak, after the Super Bowl, is going to be named the head coach of the... He's going to be named the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Dallas for life. What up, dude? I think that's my guy, Hunter. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. You the man. I forgot to turn the volume down in my headphones. Oh my gosh, that hurt my head. I felt that deep within my brain hole. I think it's a horrible move for Clint Kubiak to take the Raiders job. Do you remember when Ben Johnson had the pick of the litter of every team and he decided to run it back? Ben Johnson had the pick of any team, and he decided to run it back with Detroit because he didn't see a job open that he thought was worthy of his time. Then the Bears job got open, and he saw a whole year of Caleb Williams and said, that's the team. That's the team right there. I want Caleb Williams. Fernando Mendoza, the number one pick, Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, that is not enough for me to take the Raiders job. That is a bad organization. That is a poorly run team with an owner that meddles with everything and a GM that hasn't proven to me that they could draft well. There's no offensive line. There's not a solid defense. You've got one star on the team, and then you have a quarterback coming in that might be very good. In Fernando Mendoza. I am not taking that job because of those reasons. I think it's a horrible move for him. He had the pick of the litter. He could have gone anywhere. Baltimore wasn't going to sit and wait around. Buffalo was not going to sit and wait around. That fine by me. Let them pass. Let them go and do their thing, okay? Clint Kubiak could have just decided to stay the offensive coordinator this year and then wait for next year. Because next year, the jobs that I see potentially opening up, I could see the Commanders' job opening up. I could see the Bengals' job opening up next year. Both of those jobs, when you consider having either Jaden Daniels or Joe Burrow as your quarterback, are far more attractive to me than whatever's happening in Las Vegas. Could the Eagles' job open up? Yeah, absolutely. Could the Texans' job open up? Potentially. Those teams, for me, feel more attractive than going to Las Vegas. Yeah, the Raiders job is going to be a bad move. It'll taint his legacy. Just followed you on Purple app. Thank you, Hunter. You the man. No cap space either. Bro, we do have Chip the Mad Dog. Raiders, I don't think have a good O-line at all. Ashton Denty was horrible this year because of that. What up, brother? My guy Trey calling into the show. What is up, bro? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Trey, I'm doing good. Before you get at me, I need to defend my take because I don't know if you were here to hear it. There are no stats to back up why I think the Patriots are going to win aside from this feels like David versus Goliath. Everyone is all in on the Seahawks. All over the place. All I see is Seahawks, Seahawks, Seahawks. It makes me want to take the Patriots more than anything. Also, I'm going to give the advantage with a 2-week period to get ready for the game to Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels. So for me, this game, the Super Bowl, is always weird. It's always wacky. And it always comes down to coaching. And I think I'm going to give the advantage to the Patriots because of the coaching, and they've been there and done that. That's my elevator pitch as to why I think the Patriots.
You know, I think it's entirely fair. So I'm picking the Seahawks, but
yeah,
I've heard a bunch of people that are saying oh, this game's going to be a blowout. It's not even going to be close. No way the Patriots win. Absolutely, that's not true.
No.
Not only has this Patriots defense been on kind of a generational run this playoff,
yeah,
but there's still a lot of question marks. I appreciate that Sam Darnold's been good thus far, but the Super Bowl is a level of pressure that it's the highest level. So there's still a question of does Sam Darnold see ghosts at any point in time? That's something that we have to worry about. And I think also, you're going up against a defense with guys like Gonzo that are going to be on JSN all game and are going to be working on neutralizing him. And, the Patriots have a very good defensive line that's going to suck for K9. So, I think that it will be a very close game. I don't think it'll be a blowout.
Yeah, me neither. I think both the best thing for both teams, thank you for the roses, Brick. The best unit for both teams are the front seven. I think running is going to be at a premium. And both of these teams defensively have done a really, really, really good job, especially what the Patriots defense has done. Especially what the defense have done. I think this offense is going to look a lot better in the Super Bowl for the Patriots. Look at the conditions that this team has been playing in. And look at the defenses that they've been playing. I think the offense will improve going into the Super Bowl. And I still I know we can trust Sam Darnold, but I don't know if the Super Bowl is going to be too much pressure.
Yeah. Well, and I mean that's kind of the thing with me is it's or the Seahawks defense elite, yeah, 100%. They're on the level of all the other defense the Patriots have played, but yeah. I think it's also very important to understand, like you said, these conditions are going to be way, way, way nicer. It'll probably be mid-60s,
yeah.
California weather. It's very, very nice. And it'll be something that, Drake May will be able to kind of take a sigh of relief and be like, okay, I can finally play a game in non-frigid, non-snowing / raining / mixed conditions,
yeah.
I can finally play how I'm supposed to. And I don't know if, he's going to play well in the playoffs because he hasn't thus far. I get all the other factors aside, but I do think he's going to be better than he has been. And so I don't really see how people can think this is going to be a blowout. And like you said, especially given the fact that the Patriots are the clear underdog, there's a lot of bulletin board material for Mike Vrabel here going into this game of him just being look at all the experts picking against you. Look at all of the pundits. Everybody doesn't think you can do it.
Yeah, I think that's all bulletin board material. The Super Bowl's always weird, man. It's always weird. And last year we did not get a good Super Bowl. And usually when we get a bad Super Bowl, the next year we get a great one. So when I consider that, and I think it's going to be a close game, I know it's going to be defensive. For me, this game is going to come down to either a call on the field, or a challenge, or a timeout at the wrong time or the right time, or a missed extra point or a missed field goal. It's going to be in the margins. I don't think either team is going to walk away and we're going to say that team was definitely the Super Bowl champion. We're going to leave this game and be like, that was a close game. It could have gone either way, though.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically the way I see this going. I think we kind of have recency bias, you know. So a lot of people are like, well, the Eagles blew out the Chiefs, so, you know, they're clearly blowouts can happen.
Yeah.
And then they can, but I think we also have to remember that Eagles team was literally like the Avengers. That team was exceptionally good.
Yeah.
And you know, neither of these teams, I think, get even close to like the quality that the Eagles had. They're both, you know, good teams, but you know, we're not going to see a blowout scenario in a team where these teams, you know, obviously the Seahawks have more talent, but they're similarly talented. They're in the same ballpark. It's not like the Eagles and Chiefs were last year.
No, it's dude, I think this is a game for like true ball watchers. Like, a lot of people are saying this game's gonna be boring because there's no storylines, there's no Travis, there's no Taylor. Like, the most interesting part of the Super Bowl is going to be the Bad Bunny halftime show. I'm like, bro, this game is for ball watchers all the way through. Like, you think this season, it's been one of the best football seasons of all time, considering college and considering NFL combined. Like, it's been one of the best seasons of all time. This is our last game for the next 6 months. Like, we're going to lock in and we're going to have a great game, dude. It's going to be electric.
Well, and I think also, like, as far as storylines, I do think there's one storyline that a lot of people are underlooking, and this is why I favor the Seahawks. Because I think, speaking of bulletin board material, that across every single screen, across the entire practice facility, all of the next 2 weeks for the Seahawks are just going to be clips of Malcolm Butler intercepting the Seahawks on the 1 yard line.
So good.
And that's going to be all they see for 2 weeks. Like, I can almost guarantee it, because this game is a revenge game. Like, these guys might not have been on the team way back then, but I guarantee you the city of Seattle remembers it like it was yesterday. And these players are here to avenge that loss.
Yeah, and those guys are old enough to remember that play. It was one of the first Super Bowls I remember paying attention to as a kid, was like that Super Bowl, and what happened there was a huge effect. And I was watching Richard Sherman break down the game today on his podcast. He still chokes up thinking about that play, thinking about that game. The city of Seattle does not forget that. And I think they're going to be very, very hungry to get a Super Bowl done. I have a question for you, and I've been trying to think about this one for a little while now. Who do you think has a better chance to win another after this? Basically, what I'm trying to figure out is, like, what team has the more pressure on them? When I think about Seattle, I'm like, if they don't win now, given how good the NFC is, I don't know if they're going to get another shot. With the Patriots, they have $100 million in cap space and a rookie quarterback. I'm pretty sure that the Patriots are going to find themselves back onto this stage. I think it's now or never for Seattle. I know the team's good. I know it's built really well. I know it's well coached. You're losing your OC next year. I think it's really important that Seattle goes out and gets it this year, because I don't know exactly when they're going to be back.
You know, it's a really interesting question, because I think it all depends on who wins. And the reason why I say that is because Drake May is, I believe, the second youngest quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. And the youngest quarterback was Dan Marino. And I'm sure that Dolphins fans thought after they lost the Super Bowl, they're like, oh, well, listen, we still have like a super young Dan Marino. We're going to be fine. They never went back again.
Yeah.
I think people really underestimate the Super Bowl hangover and what it does to a team. And so my answer is purely based on who wins. Because I think the Seahawks are going to win, I think the Seahawks are in a better position purely because of that. I'll say, as far as the Seahawks are concerned, what I think that they're going to do, and I think this is going to shock a lot of people, is I think they're going to move Darnold. Whether they win or lose, I think they're going to move Darnold. A lot of people know how good this 2027 class is coming up in the draft. And I don't think the Seahawks want to get trapped into a long-term contract with Darnold because, you know, Kubiak is leaving, right? So what if this whole thing was just Kubiak, and next year the Seahawks get Daniel Jones because they give a bunch of guaranteed money to Darnold, and he just becomes bad? Then what do you do? Now you're screwed. So instead of the Seahawks, like, you know, kind of just trusting Sam Darnold, I think they move in another direction. And because of that, I think maybe they do get a generational talent in 27. As far as this is concerned, I think if the Patriots win, they're in a much better position because obviously Drake May. But if they lose, I just don't trust them to get back.
Yeah, I mean, a team like Seattle that's kind of, since Russ hasn't had like a true, I struggle to believe that they'll move on from Sam Darnold. What I do know is the 2027 draft class with Arch Manning and Sellers and Sorsby and all these dudes and Levitt. Like, that draft class is going to be nuts. And next season in the NFL, we are going to be seeing some really, really weird work out of these NFL teams because of what's coming at them. But the biggest thing you highlighted was like, look at the Lions this year without Ben Johnson. Are we going to get that from the Seattle offense without Kubiak next year?
Right. And then that's the thing is it's like, if you do, right, and you find out, oh, wait, Darnold actually might not have been that good, well, then it's like, uh-oh. Like, because, realistically, Darnold's going to ask for money, and rightfully so, because he's played a great last 2 years. Obviously, even last year with the Vikings, yes, he played bad those last 2 games, but over the course of that season, he was in, like, conversations for MVP during that season.
Yeah.
This year, he's played another great year and gotten to the Super Bowl. He's going to ask for, like, franchise quarterback money.
Totally.
And I don't know if the Seahawks are going to be willing to cough that up. I don't know.
Yeah, it's either they don't and they make a decision that I don't think the fans will agree with, or most of the people who know football will agree with that decision. If they pull a Vikings, and go with the young rookie instead of Sam Darnold the year they go to the Super Bowl, I'd be shocked. But honestly, it's the NFL, and it's there's not a whole lot of surprises that happen. Brother Trey, you are the man. Anything you wanted to say on your way out?
Oh, well, first, I appreciate you having me, as always, man. It's always fun to talk.
So good.
And I was going to say, just kind of was like a last thing, I've actually seen a ton of Seahawks fans that have somehow been convinced that Jalen Milroe is going to be the next Russell Wilson. So, I don't know. Maybe that's the direction they move in.
Yeah, maybe we go lank and just and go with Jalen Milroe.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Brother, stay warm over on the East Coast, dog, and hopefully we talk to you again Wednesday and Friday when the show keeps rolling.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Of course. Talk to you soon. Peace.
See you, man.
My guy Trey. What up? The phone lines are open. If anybody wants to call into the show, I'm putting on right now. What do we got? We got Seattle. The Super Bowl opening night or whatever is popping up soon. So we'll talk that. They can wait until next year and add years to his contract. They're 75 under the cap. 75 million under the cap. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. Which name are you calling from?
It's Oreo and Anthony out of Pittsburgh.
What up, Anthony, my guy, brother? You're in the Discord hanging out, guys. We have a Discord that we have a great community. Oreo is our big NBA dude. Oreo, what's up, dog? What do you want to talk about today?
I think if the Seahawks win, I don't think Darnold will be Super Bowl MVP. I think it'll be JSN.
You'd put your worth on JSN as the Super Bowl MVP instead of Sam Darnold?
Yes, I think JSN's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, I think he might have a game too. If the passing lanes open up and Sam Darnold's able to put the ball on him, it might just be a JSN type of game. If the Patriots win, do you think it's Drake May?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, probably, because I don't know who else it would be, honestly.
Yeah, I think for the most part they do give it to the quarterback, especially if JSN is scoring touchdowns, that means Sam Darnold is also scoring those touchdowns. I think if Sam Darnold has a 2-touchdown game with no picks, he's probably a lock to win it. But if JSN gets those 2 touchdowns and he has 12 catches and 150 yards, like he has to have an insane game to get it done and make it happen. But it is the Super Bowl. We have seen it before. It wouldn't be too foreign. Oreo, what are you doing for the game?
I mean, probably my friend who's with me right now, we're playing 2K. I'll probably have him come over on Sunday.
Nice. And you're just going to watch ball and hang out? You guys playing 2K?
What?
You guys are just playing 2K, hanging out?
Yeah.
Brother, obviously you're a big basketball fan, so I'd like to ask you. The Spurs have obviously been awesome. That's your team. You guys play the Thunder again on Wednesday. This whole Thunder Spurs thing, it seems like you guys have the advantage in that series going forward. What team out of the West scares you most in the playoffs?
I mean, honestly, the Thunder still scare me, but if the Warriors do end up getting Giannis at the deadline, that would be a scary team, especially if Curry can stay healthy. Other than that, I mean, if
Absolutely.
Luka goes crazy for the Lakers, that could be if they even make the playoffs. But
Yeah.
honestly, if we can beat the Thunder, I don't see like another team without the Warriors getting Giannis probably.
Well, it just got reported not too long, a couple hours ago. The Milwaukee Bucks are countering offers at the moment that they're getting. They're getting offers from the Heat, Timberwolves, Warriors, and Knicks. If he goes to the Timberwolves, it might be over, dude. Him and Ant would be nuts together.
I saw Timberwolves were really aggressive too.
Yeah, they're going after Giannis really, really hard. Whatever team lands Giannis, I think it becomes the Super Bowl favorite, especially if it's a team in the East.
I think any team but the Heat would become a championship favorite. I think the Heat still need to add someone around Giannis if they get. I mean, they have Norman Powell, but they'd probably have to give him up for Giannis.
Yeah, they probably have to give up Norman. It's all dependent on if they could trade the Terry Rozier contract, which is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Also, I wouldn't sleep on Philly. I don't think they're going to get him, but Philly is like one of the teams in the East that I do like. I'm sure you've heard me say that a bunch of times.
Yeah, I mean, Paul George obviously is not playing, but
Yeah, that's crazy. No Paul George. Bro, I'm going to get 2K so we could do a live stream and play 2K during the off season if you're down. Awesome, bro. Oreo, we're going to keep it rolling, dog. Thank you for calling in the show, okay?
Yep.
All right, peace. That's my guy right there. Kevin says Pats are not winning. Okay, legit lids. What up, dog? Thank you for jumping in. I can't really see the chats from where my phone is right now, but I'm at Take Back with Zach on Twitch if you want to chat there and join our Discord and join the community. We have some fun. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. Which name are you calling from?
It's XC1, Austin Owens Vine, and I just want to know, what's the hate on the Seahawks? The Seahawks are winning it all.
XD1, my guy, one of the most loyal TBWZ listeners that we have. It's not hate on the Seahawks. It's more just like it's hate on the general public. You know, on the graphic when everyone is like they all pick the same team and then that team always loses. That's just how I feel about this game. Like every expert that talks about this game is taking the Seahawks, and when that happens, I'm just like the experts are idiots. I just go the opposite way.
I don't know. I think this is different. I think Drake May, he's been messy in the playoffs. Against the Chargers, he was messy.
Yeah.
And was it snowing that game, or was there like rain or something? I think it was rain.
It was something.
It
was cold.
There might have been nothing. And what game did he play next? Texans?
Texans, that one was snowing and rough.
He did good in that game, actually, kind of. But he threw an interception. He did bad against the Broncos, but it was also heavy snow. I'm worried because Drake May has had such an easy schedule. If you looked at the photos I sent you, all those teams are but almost all of them. And I just don't think he's ready. I don't think Drake May is ready.
Yeah, every team he's played has fired their head coach.
I know. But watch, he's going to get clipped, and now the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl 40-0.
I think they have good coaching, dude. I think Josh McDaniels has been to the Super Bowl 9 times. I think Mike Vrabel, this will be his 5th Super Bowl. Dude, they've been here and they've done that, and they've prepared for 2 weeks. When you give Josh McDaniels and Mike Vrabel 2 weeks to prepare, they're going to put together a good enough game plan to keep the game close. And if the game stays close, dude, any given Sunday, any team can win. So if I didn't think it would be a close game, I'd obviously go with Seattle. But I do think, given the fact that both teams have such strength defensively and the coaching, giving any coach 2 weeks to prepare, I think it's just going to be really, really tight. And if it stays tight, I lean towards the Patriots in that reason.
Yeah, Super Bowls are weird, but
yeah.
I just think the Seahawks have it in the bag because even though, they have the coaching experience, Seahawks, let me check the Seahawks schedule.
Yeah,
I think they had a hard schedule. Did they have a hard schedule?
I mean, they played the Rams a bunch. They lost. They played the Texans early in the season. They lost to the Bucs early in the season. 49ers. They beat twice. Yeah, they played good teams.
They did. I am biased because I want the perfect bracket, but I do really think they have it. I just hate the Patriots too. I'm a Giants fan. We won 2 Super Bowls against them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Dude, I'm with you. All signs point towards Seattle. Something within my gut is telling me Patriots, and I'm just gonna. You know me. I'm always gonna listen to my butt and my balls instead of my head. You know.
I have a question also.
Hit me.
What's the bet of like the hair? What happens if the Seahawks win? Is there another side of the bet?
If the Seahawks win, I am in the clear. I just do not have to get my hair cut like Jameis Winston. I have to get my hair braided and twisted up like Jameis Winston if the Patriots win. And if the Seahawks,
gonna hurt, right?
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt my ability to get girls. The girl I'm talking to is gonna dump me. It's just I'm gonna look like me too. I'm gonna look like a cultural appropriator. But what's gonna be fun is on Monday I will be getting the haircut live on Twitch, so we'll do it like live together.
Well, I mean, at least there's like, for me, it'd be really funny seeing you get that haircut, and it'll probably make me feel better if the Patriots win.
Yeah, it will. But
Because
you're
like
also
I'm gonna
huge,
crash out if the Seahawks lose.
dude. So guys, the guy on the phone right now, XD1, he's in the Twitch and he's in the Discord and he puts together clips and stuff like that. He has a perfect bracket on ESPN right now, and if Seattle wins, he's got a chance to win like what, 50K?
Yeah, there's I think 50K is first place, 25K is second. I don't know third.
Bro, you'll make a bunch of money if you get within the top 100, which I think you will.
Yeah, but I think it's unlikely because I need like 75 points. But hopefully, like it's like a 30-30 type of game. That's what would help me a lot.
If you get a 30-30 game, bro, why not, dude? Let's get a 40 to 35 game. Let's hit it on the dot.
Yeah.
Let's get it perfect.
I need Seahawks to win.
Yeah, you do.
I love them.
Bro, let's chat offline about setting up that Madden League for the offseason.
Yeah, I'd love to. I think it'd be fun. I had 2K too. Is there a 2K franchise? I don't think so.
We could do.
There might
I've
be.
never really played 2K, so that'd be really fun. I'm down to do that as well, bro.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna let the show keep rolling. See you.
Dope. Ryan,
Well, I'll be in the chat, obviously.
Bro, Ryan, we'll talk to you soon, okay, dog?
All right. See you.
Peace. I can't really see the chat too well from here, guys, but on Twitch, at Take Back with Zach, I am live right now, and you can see the kind of the full show, hear all the sound effects, and have some fun with it. I see Aveland is like, how do you even hit 19 points? You could do 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals, 1 missed extra point. You could do 1 touchdown and 4 field goals, right? 12 plus 7 would be 19. Yeah. You can get 17 and a safety. There's some ways. The most likely is probably a missed extra point or the 4 field goals. 4 field goals would be gnarly. I wonder if you could take something on that. What up, Aiden? If you guys want to call into the show, the numbers at the top of the screen. Phone lines are open. Anybody who is in there. Also, we have 500 likes on TikTok. If you guys feel it within your bones to like the stream and get it up to a K, that'd be awesome. If we can get up to 1,000. But if no one's going to call in, I have a clip for us. Not a clip. I do have news. There's news that just dropped right now live on the show. There's LeBron James news. LeBron James has dropped nudes. You can see his butt and balls. Clip that. The Lakers and LeBron James are reportedly ready to move on from each other per Jake L. Fisher. Definitely the Lakers are ready to move on from LeBron James, and I think LeBron is ready to move on from the Lakers as well. That's kind of the foregone sentiment in Los Angeles right now about what's to come this summer. This is from NBA Central. This is not NBA Central. This is the legit one. What up, Alex? My guy. You are the man, dog. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Watch this or hear this. Shabba whoop ba 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 wop wop. Apparently, LeBron James and the Lakers are ready to move on from each other. Yeah, duh, dude. Yeah, duh. I think the LeBron James and Lakers relationship kind of started to end when they got Luka. They knew that when they got Luka, they said, there's no future with you, LeBron. The unfortunate part about this whole situation is the fact that LeBron is still playing out of his mind. LeBron's still playing good. He's, I know Austin Reeves is not in. He's the second best player on this Lakers team. If you watched him play against the Knicks last night, he's still throwing down like he used to, man. LeBron is still an absolute freak. Moving on from him next year, like, it makes sense because of how much money he makes. If LeBron is saying, yo, I'll take the vet min, oh my gosh, whoever LeBron goes to, if he goes on a veteran minimum salary, that team is going to win. That team is going to win the finals. I don't think LeBron is like a take a lesser check kind of guy. I don't think he's a team guy in terms of like, I will sacrifice my salary like Tom Brady would to build a team around him. LeBron is I'll tell you this. I know Alex Reeves is still out. Dog, you should join the Discord. It's pinned at the top of the chat. We're just in there talking ball all day. Okay, you're done talking about the Super Bowl. Have a blessed day, bro. Let's go Seahawks. Legit Lids. Thank you, bro. You're the man. Love you, dog. Follow, please. On the way out, I'm like, ooh, follow, please. LeBron is obviously not going to want to go to a team. There you are, Alex. You're the man, bro. Welcome to the universe, dude. Welcome to the TBWZ universe. And also, this is your first time in our Discord. Please let me know if you like it. I love that you're finally giving the Pats some respect. Grady, a little bit. Give a little bit. LeBron is obviously going to want to go to a contending team. But I don't think there's a contending team out there that's going to want a $55 million contract LeBron James at 41. Or he'll be 42 next year. LeBron is going to want to go and play for a title next year. But when you think of the teams right now that are title contenders, they don't have the cap space. They don't have the moves. They don't have the wiggle room to add in LeBron. Who is going to pay $55 million for a guy to be their fourth best player? Because if he goes to any of the teams in the West right now, except for San Antonio, he becomes like their third or fourth best player. Right now, that's what he's at the Lakers. The Lakers just don't have a bench because of his contract. The Lakers and LeBron relationship is over, and that sucks. But it was a fantastic run. Ultimately, I think the Lakers did a lot more for LeBron than LeBron did for the Lakers. He talks about bringing them back to relevancy. The Lakers were never irrelevant, brother. They never will, and they never will be because of the Los Angeles Lakers. We are the NBA. What we did for LeBron's career is put him on a trajectory to be a movie star. Without us, it ain't happening, bro. You can't run a production company from Cleveland. Sorry to anyone from Cleveland. Thank you, Alex. LeBron will be a Celtic? Absolutely not. I don't see LeBron going to another team, like a new team. I don't see him in a new uniform. I either see him going back to the Heat or back to the Cavs. It'd be sick if he wins another one with the Cavs. Next year, Patriots get a number one receiver and get an edge rusher. Spiller's cards, I'm with you. The Patriots are going to get better next year, which is so scary. The Patriots getting better next year is terrifying. I also think, Leo Chenal is going to be available this season. I'm pretty sure Linderbaum is going to be available, if I'm not mistaken. The Patriots do need to shore up their offensive line. He's going to go back to Cleveland, LOL. Are you a Cleveland guy? PV, yeah, you heard that one. The Lakers are the NBA. Yeah, that was my best take of the day so far. That one's going to get some heat online. Frank Ragnow on the Patriots. Pats won't cover. I do not think. Here's what I'm getting. The NBA is in a transitional period right now. And I think we're going to get some weird things going on until that transition really, really settles. We are moving on from the LeBron age. If you remember, we went pretty quickly from Michael Jordan to Kobe. There was some AI in there, obviously, but we went pretty quickly from Michael Jordan to Kobe to LeBron. That has been the trajectory of the league. And I know Steph has been awesome. I know Steph has been great. It is still LeBron James's league. He is still the top guy in the NBA. He is still the number one jersey. It's still LeBron's league. Yeah, Connor, whoever gets Leo Chenal is going to be stoked. I really hope he goes to the Chargers. Really, really, really hope he goes to the Chargers. People always say people hate LeBron because he's successful, but people don't hate Curry. It's because Steph Curry's not LeBron. That's why they don't hate Steph Curry. If there was no LeBron, they would hate Steph. and he like revolutionized the game or whatever. But I personally believe the league is in a transitional period, and they don't have a clear-cut superstar of who's going to be the next guy. The league wants it to be Ant. They want it to be Anthony Edwards. He's in the Sprite commercials. He's in a bunch of the media. It's not SGA. They don't like SGA. The league does not like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They need a star that's going to dunk. We have never had. That's another reason that Curry's not the face of the league. He doesn't dunk. It's so dumb. But the star of the NBA, the face of the NBA, needs to dunk the basketball. That's why they want it to be. That's why they want it to be Ant. They also, Grady, I know Wemby. Wemby is not American. It's what the UFC is dealing with right now. The UFC needs an American star, and they don't have one. Or they at least need a white English-speaking star. The NBA is a little bit different, but I do not think that a foreign-born player is ever going to be the face of the American Basketball Association, the NBA, the National Basketball Association. In my opinion, it needs to be an American. I think it's Anthony Edwards. I think he's going to be the guy, but he has said multiple times, he's no role model. I ain't no role model. I ain't going to be that guy. He doesn't want to go meet with the kids. He's not trying to start a foundation. He's trying to play ball and get with women. Like, that is his game. That is what he wants to do, and he wants to talk his talk along the way. Power to you, brother. Freedom. Be who you want to be. Barbie girl. Be who you want to be. Barbie girl. The league needs a star, and Cooper Flagg, for me, what Cooper Flagg has done this season is solidify his place as a true hooper. He's going to get more comfortable with the media. He's going to get better at talking. He's just going to become a better, well-rounded NBA-type star in general. But until he gets there, like, I think he might be the next guy. I think they're going to try to move from LeBron to Cooper Flagg. I don't know if he's going to do the winning. I don't know if the Mavs are going to do the winning. But speaking of the Mavs, a year ago today, Luka Doncic was traded to the Lakers. A year ago today. I'm sorry, Sean, I see you have a question. Connor says UFC's top American guys are either 35 or inconsistent. Connor, they were setting it up to be Colby Covington, or they were setting it up to be Sean Strickland. Both those guys went way too MAGA. They went way too right to like be a legit face of the sport. Gaethje's too boring to be the face. Holloway too old and lost too many times. The UFC is star desperate, but that's a whole other question. Shout out to Volko on beating Diego Lopez. That was a tough situation though. Volko in Australia, like, Dana knew what he was doing. Dana knew exactly what he was doing, booking that fight in Australia for Volkanovski. Diego Lopez is a good fighter. I don't think he had a chance in that game, in that fight. I don't think Diego Lopez had a chance in that fight. When you looked at the card, every single fight featured in Australia, I think except for the Fiziev fight, if I'm not mistaken, the Australians won in Australia. Imagine that. They didn't have to travel. It's the hardest place to get to in America or in the world. The hardest place to get to in the world, Australia is. So it makes obvious sense that Volko won that match. I don't necessarily think, though, that Volko was the better fighter. I don't think there's a future for Volko in the UFC when Ilia Topuria is around. I know Topuria is moving weight classes and stuff like that. But in my opinion, like, I think the UFC, it was all set up for Volko to win that. I'm having trouble seeing the chats, guys, because my phone is far away, but on Twitch, at Take Back with Zach, I have it right in front of me. So if you guys want to follow over there, we can see everything, and then you can get the link to the Discord and join our Discord. We have a very, very fun community of boys talking ball all the time. A lot of guys don't fight in Australia because taxes are crazy. Chop, I'm more talking about like the atmosphere of like the fight. Like, a fight in Australia is set up for Australians to win because they don't have to move or leave anywhere. I like Talbot as a future top guy. Connor, I'm with you there. Peyton Talbot would be a good future top guy. The thing about the top American guys right now, Bo Nickel, whatever these dudes, O'Malley's not good enough. Paddy's not good enough, in my opinion. He's perfect, though. They need a white English speaker, basically. Ilia Topuria cannot be the guy. He's the only fighter that's like electric and fun and really, really good at fighting. and can talk, but he's just not. Oh, dude, Conan the Goat. Thank you for the follow, bro. You're the man. Shout out to you. Yeah, UFC's in trouble. Not in trouble. I think the Paramount Plus deal has been fantastic for them, but I think they are in need of a star. We are about 3 minutes away from players arriving to opening day for the Super Bowl. We're so stoked on that. Personally, I think Tom Brady's my favorite quarterback of all time. Said Jay. Nice, dude. That's cool. Conan, what up, dude? Yeah, talking UFC, dude. Unruly. Watching on Paramount Plus has been so awesome because I don't have to download viruses straight to my mainframe every time I watch the UFC. Brother, the websites that I was finding myself on, I'm like 2 clicks away from like seeing the biggest anime titties in the universe because of what websites I was winding up on just to watch UFC. I was also never ever going to pay for a card. Are you kidding me? Having it on Paramount Plus has been so awesome. The only thing that kind of about it, I know we had 2 cards in a row, and I'm still going to call them cards. We had 2 cards in a row, so the one this Saturday kind of creeped up on me, and I was like, oh, what? And it was like a Volko fight. I'm like, whatever. You know, it was okay. It wasn't the best card ever. But it was still a card, and it was still available to everyone. It was on Paramount Plus. It was awesome. Did I watch it? Actually, no, I did not, because I was on a date with a hot lady. Super hot, super fire, super sexy. Loves Jesus. Kona says May is number 1. Drake MVP May. I think it's we call him Drake Deep Ball. We call him Drake Deep Ball May because he throws a nice deep ball. Wow. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's the 3rd quarterback to reach the Super Bowl after leading the league. Clip that. Wow. Okay. You think the Patriots are going to win? Yes, sir. Fellas over in the TikTok, fellas, our new fans, my guy Connor, my guy Alex. If anybody wants to call into the show, the number's at the top of the screen. It's 213-352-5216. 5216. A lot of people blame him for 86 passing yards, but don't realize he hurt his shoulder and it was snowing bad. Kona. There it is, Unruly. Drake, deep ball, May. I choked on a piece of salami. Pause, bro. Pause. OMG, bro. What? Bro's choking on salami? Where is it?
Daddy, chill.
Dude, guys. Yesterday, oh my gosh. I need to find this picture. I have it on my how do I do it? How do I find this? Can I just post it on Twitter? Yeah. I'll do that. I was at Target yesterday, and I'm not even joking. This was after like a 10-hour day at church. How do I even find that photo? Here it is. Nice. I was at church yesterday for 10 hours because we had safety training for the kids team after church, and I was there for so long. It was the longest day of my life. I had been showering for the past week or so without body soap. I use a bar. I'm a bar soap guy because I'm a G like that. I'm a gangster like that. I'm a thug. I was showering with shampoo for the past like 2 weeks because I didn't have a chance to get to Target because I was so busy and trying so hard to go on dates with a lady. I had no time to go. So yesterday was like the first time I had time to go. I needed coffee filters. I needed soap for my body and soap for my face. Those 3 things. Just a pretty normal Target run. As I'm going, I realized I don't really have groceries. So I needed to, I bought 2 Hillshire Farms Go Meat Polska kielbasas. I eat a lot of kielbasa. That's like my easy meal to go. So what I did was I got the coffee filters, I got the face soap, and then I went and I got the kielbasa. So I'm walking around, no cart, no basket. I'm walking around Target with 2 sausages in my hand, coffee filters and face soap, and I was just like, and they're like comically large sausages. And I was just like, it would be horrible to run into somebody. I was literally thinking how bad it would be to run into someone at Target holding 2 Polska kielbasa sausages, coffee filters, and face soap. And then guess what happens? I freaking run into my old boss. I turn a corner and Trevor Wallace is standing there, dude. I turn a corner and Trevor Wallace and his girlfriend are standing there like, dude, what up? I hadn't seen him in a couple weeks. And then right away, he's like, what are you doing? What are you holding? Look at this picture he took of me. This is a horrible, horrible look. This is such a bad look. The dual-wheeled foot-long sausages is such an embarrassing look. Brother, I needed a cart more than anything in my life. I cannot believe I went out like this. I can't believe I rock and rolled like this. It was the most embarrassing thing. Instantly went to the group chat and I just got flamed. Julian says, you don't know ball. Shut up, Julian. Just kidding. I love you. I can tell you're a nice guy. I can tell you're tall. I can tell you're handsome. I can tell you're cool. I can't see from here. What's your profile picture, Julian? Is that a seal? There is not a more embarrassing thing to be walking around Target with than 2 foot-long sausages, coffee filters, and face soap. Also, the WWJD bracelet, holding some lubricant. Come on now, not cool. Yeah. Hey, let's change this. 22 followers on Twitter. Let's change that. But that's just a fun story for the boys, for the day ones, for the OGs, for the men in the room. Cool. Let's keep rocking and keep rolling. I got a couple of clips to cook up, and then we'll be doing live reaction to the opening day of the NFL. If anybody wants to play video games with me, if you want to play Madden or something like that, that would have been awesome. If you want to play Madden with something like that. Where is this? Officially, all of the playoff... Sorry. All of the head coaching vacancies have been filled. They have all been filled. We had a crazy amount of head coaching opportunities this season. A crazy amount. Some really good teams, some teams on the rise, some not so good teams, obviously. But rest assured, every position has been filled. Bills, Joe Brady. Browns got Todd Monken. Cardinals got Mike LaFleur. Dolphins got Jeff Hafley. Falcons got Kevin Stefanski. Giants struck first with John Harbaugh. Ravens got Jesse Minter. The Steelers, Mike McCarthy. Titans, Robert Saleh. Raiders got Clint Kubiak, which will be said and made official after the Super Bowl. For the first time in years, every head coach in the NFL is white. The only ones that are close is Robert blah, 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 doesn't look white, but is. I think. Maybe he's Indian. I'm not getting to the take about that. I really don't care about the skin color of NFL coaches. It just doesn't excite me. 5 of these guys are not going to make it, right? 5 of these dudes are going to completely fizzle out. 2 or 3 will have success. I don't think we've seen an offseason like this. We haven't seen an offseason where there's so many open jobs. And if you notice, throughout most of this, They're going to these offensive coordinators that are young and somehow related to Sean McVay. True. It's every coach hired this cycle is not black. No, Max. I think there's no black head coaches right now in the NFL. Because no, DeMeco Ryans. That's right. Never mind. There is one. There is at least one. True. Slayer's like, I didn't like Anthony Lynn. Yeah, not a lot of people did. But every position's been filled. When I'm looking at the replacements and I'm looking at the guys that are now going to be coaching in the NFL, I'm like, would it be fun to rank these hires and coaches and what team I think is going to be the most successful out of these new additions, okay? Ones I can just throw out right away. I'm not a fan of the Raiders organization. I'm not a fan of the Titans organization. I'm not a fan of what the Steelers are trying to do either. I don't think those guys are not going to be successful, but when I look at next season, when I look at what's ahead, I don't necessarily think those teams are going to be very successful next year. There it is, Max. We got all three of them. Hell yeah. That's the 10%. 9%. Max, thank you for finding that out. Good investigative journalism right there. Mike McCarthy is not fit enough to have the Steelers job for 20 years. He's too fat, too large. The Dolphins getting Jeff Hafley, I don't know. That whole job is so dependent on what you do with Tua Tagovailoa and who the next quarterback is. I think they give Jeff an entire season, and then next year in 2027, we see some real moves. Guys, the 2027 draft class for quarterbacks is stacked from top to bottom. There are so many quarterbacks coming in 2027 that I think this season that we're going into, is going to be very, very affected by the magnetic pull of what those guys are bringing to the NFL. Guys like Brendan Sorsby, guys like Jaden Maiava, dudes like Sam Levitt is going to be coming into the draft. There's Arch Manning. There's a ton of talent coming in. So I think a lot of teams are going to be, maybe not so good this year, or getting rid of some guys. For me, hands down, my favorite hire of this entire cycle, and what I think will be the best situation for success, is Kevin Stefanski to the Falcons. The Falcons, to me, are a quarterback away, I think, from being truly complete as a team. I think Kevin Stefanski is an absolutely perfect guy to be a part of that organization. I love what he's bringing to the table. I'm also going to say the Mike LaFleur, know nothing about him. He's probably going to be pretty good in Arizona. We're going to call right now, though. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. Which name are you calling from? Hello, brother. He hung up. Couldn't hear him. Anyone saying Pats are frauds or kids, bruh? Seahawks by 1 trillion, says Kane. Okay. Yo, 6'9 Specs. Thank you for the follow, dude. You're the man. I think Jesse Minter will be successful because Lamar Jackson is his quarterback. I think there's enough pieces on that Ravens defense for Jesse Minter to do a really, really good job with. He's an awesome, awesome defensive coordinator. I think Jesse Minter is going to have success with the Ravens. That person is calling back. Seahawks look very complete, Kane. What is up, brother? Can we hear you now?
Yeah.
What's up, dude? What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Cal. I'm calling from Antarctica.
Cal from Antarctica?
Yeah.
What part of Antarctica?
The southern part. My take is that Seattle will win because the Drake May has not been tested in his career yet. He has never faced a defense as good as Seattle, and Seattle will just kill him. They beat Jared Stidham by 30 points. They can't beat Seattle.
But don't you think the Broncos had... Okay. All right. Well, we just had a guy from Antarctica call in. Have you guys ever heard of anyone from Antarctica? No. That's why you watch the show, 6ix9ine. That's why you watch the show, MGM. My new guys who popped in today. My guy Alex. My guy Kona. My guy Dallas. CMOG. That's why you watch TBWZ, bro. Yeah, Moke Chop right on the head. Right. Drake May beat the number 1 defense in Houston and Denver number 2, and the Chargers were ranked 5th. So he's gone through the hardest defenses you could have gone through to get to this point. Seattle defense is going to be very difficult. They are going to be successful. The Seattle defense rocks. The Seattle offense rocks. Everything about Seattle is good, dude. Everything about Seattle is good. From top to bottom. Well coached. Great roster. Incredible talent at every position. Not a huge weakness anywhere. Seattle is a legit Super Bowl team. That doesn't mean they're going to win the game. That does not mean they're going to win the game. This game of football, we've heard this saying our whole lives. And the saying is true because it is true. Any given Sunday. The Super Bowl is any given Sunday. The reason the Super Bowl is always a little bit weird, and it never comes out exactly as you think it would come out, is because they have 2 weeks to prepare. There is no greater game where coaching matters more than the Super Bowl because of how much time you have to prepare. I don't want to hear about the first game of the season. That's so different. You don't know what you're seeing on paper at that point. Also, guys, I'm live on Twitch. We're trying to grow the Twitch into a huge thing. If you're over here on TikTok, please @TakeBackWithZach on Twitch. Coaching matters so much. I know Seattle is stacked from top to bottom. I'm not sitting here saying that Seattle's going to get blown out, or that Seattle's not good, or that Seattle can't win this game, or they don't deserve to be here. The exact opposite. Seattle should win. All the math points to them. The roster points to them. Everything about this game points to Seattle winning and points to Seattle covering. But any given Sunday, bro, it's still football. They still have to suit up and play the game. The best part about sports, the hypothetical only exists until the whistle blows. The hypothetical only exists until the whistle blows. In every other walk of life, you are allowed to use judgment and allowed to create viewpoints from objective stances. I can sit here and say, Blow Up by Michelangelo Antonioni is the greatest movie of all time, and you can be like, dude, no, it's not, it's holes. And I can be like, no, you're wrong, because that's just your opinion. I can sit here and say Young Thug or Future is the greatest rapper of all time, and you're like, no, it's Eminem. Okay? We're just living in a hypothetical universe. Sports happen. You talk about it, you come up with your opinions. The whole week we discuss, we go after it, we go after each other. And then it happens. We actually get to see. The best part about sports is the fact that the hypothetical only exists to service the game that is eventually happening. So at the end of this game, we don't get to sit here and say one team was better than the other even though they lost. No. The sample size is the game. We don't do hypotheticals in sports because we actually get to see it, and that's why it's so fun. Callum, thank you for the follow, dude. I can be dead wrong, and that's fine. I can be right on the head. I can get this score exactly correct, and it doesn't matter. It really, really doesn't matter. Because ultimately in football, we have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what the game plan is for Seattle or for New England. I can watch, I have been digesting and watching as much Super Bowl breakdown stuff as I can, getting deep in X's and O's, getting deep in philosophies and what teams generally like to do. I have been deep into the study of this game. But ultimately, we do that every single year. I didn't see a single person last year through all of the study that I did say that the Eagles were going to win by 100. No one had that because the Super Bowl is always weird. We don't know what the game plan is for Josh McDaniels. We don't know what Clint Kubiak's idea of a game plan is. We know defensively, the Patriots like to run a lot of base, 3-4. Both these teams love to run a ton of nickel on defense. I know the Seahawks are going to want to play man. I know when they go to zone, it's going to be a 7 or 8 zone coverage. Like, they are going to blanket. They're going to give the quarterback fits. They're going to get to the quarterback. They're going to create pressure. I can sit here and say all of that. And then at the end of the day, I can be just completely wrong because we don't know what's going on in those coaches' minds. I think that's why it's so beautiful. And that's why it's so fun. With basketball, with baseball, like with hockey, I know what the game plan is going to be. We know what they're going to try to do. When you watch the Thunder play, you're like, yes, they're going to try to feed SGA. When you watch the team play the Lakers, yeah, they're going to try to target Luka. They're going to try to go after the guy who's the worst defender. With football, we don't know, dude. The Super Bowl for me is the greatest game of the year every single year because of that. Because this is when it's the culmination of all of the thinking and all of the thoughts and all of the talking and all of the things that we've seen on the field. And then we get the game. It's why sports are so awesome, is because you get to see. Average sports player, you're the man. Kenneth, what up? Thoughts on Kubiak going to the Raiders, apparently? Blue. What's up, Rier? Thoughts on Kubiak going to the Raiders? I think the Raiders is a horrible situation. I think it's a horrible situation to go to. I believe personally in my heart of hearts, Kubiak could have had the keys to any single team that he wanted to next year. Look at what Ben Johnson did. Ben Johnson waited when there wasn't an opportunity that he really wanted, and he decided to go to Chicago the next year because of Caleb Williams. Because he saw what was opening up there. I think next season, the Washington job opens up, and I think that the Bengals job opens up next year. The reason I don't like the move for Kubiak to go to the Raiders is because in my head, he's basing that move off of getting the number 1 pick and going with Fernando Mendoza. And I don't believe that Fernando Mendoza is necessarily like a savior of a franchise type dude. He's going to be a good quarterback. I think he's going to play for a lot of years. I think he's going to have a long career and be good at the sport. He can have success. He absolutely can. But it just might be as simple as what Blue is saying. It just might be as simple as the Raiders are cursed. Huh? I don't see the black and silver winning in my lifetime. I don't know. They never have. I don't think they will. The best season they had was when Derek Carr was the quarterback. I just don't see this Raiders team really being able to do much. And I don't think it's a good situation for Kubiak to go into. If he took the Bills job, if he took the Ravens job, 100% understand that. But going to the Raiders, and what are your weapons? Fernando Mendoza, Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, Max Crosby. They need an offensive line. They have a ton of cap space. But what players like, yeah, I really want to go play for the Raiders right now? NFL players care about winning. They care about winning a lot. They have to get sold on the idea that Coach Kubiak is going to be bringing in a whole new energy and this team is going to be so different, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. He's going to blow smoke and they're going to have to buy the smoke, basically. I don't like the move for Kubiak. Love the move for the Raiders. Love the move for the Raiders. I think he's going to be able to put together a good offense. But ultimately, the offense is successful because, one, he calls great plays and he has a great design and he's very, very, very sharp. But they also have JSN, Cooper Kupp, Rashid Shaheed, Sam Darnold, Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet. Haha, the Raiders don't. The Raiders are going to have a rookie quarterback. You cannot download the entire playbook that Kubiak has on a rookie quarterback coming into this draft. You cannot do what he's doing this year with Sam Darnold with whatever rookie it is. Even if it was an amazing rookie quarterback that everyone is super high on. Look at the Bears and Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. It took a couple of weeks. They started the season like 2-5 or something like that, or 2-3. It took a couple of weeks for the Bears to and Caleb and Ben to really, really warm up together. I don't think Kubiak's going to be able to come into a Raiders offense and completely just download his offense. He's not going to be able to come to a Raiders team and completely download his offense into a rookie quarterback and for them to be successful. I just don't see it happening. I don't think it's a great move. That's my thought. Fernando Mendoza will go like, how are you going to 19? Nerd of Prey. The score of 19 to 17 has only happened 2 times in the entire history of the NFL. That's so sick. That'd be awesome. Super Bowl's a weird game. 19, it's either, for me, most likely is going to be 2 touchdowns for the Patriots, 2 field goals, but they're going to miss an extra point, or 1 touchdown and then 4 field goals. It's the other way you do it. Possible. Not plausible, but possible. Raiders fans still talk about their 83 Super Bowl from like it was yesterday. Raiders fans I feel bad for them. One thing that I love about Raiders fans is they're at least loyal. You know? They're at least loyal. They're not going to quit on their team. They're going to die with their guys. What changed? You had Seahawks. I'm curious why you have the Pats now. Because it's just the way my life is going. Everything is crumbling around me. I've been the anti-Patriots guy for so long now. This entire season, I've been like, the Patriots are frauds, Patriots are frauds, the Patriots are frauds. They're not good, they're not good. And it's just all setting up for me to be completely loud wrong. It's for me to be the loudest wrong guy in the entire universe. Post Super Bowl Sunday, my phone is going to be blowing up with people destroying me in comments. I'm not even joking. The amount of hate that I get every time the Patriots win is insane. I think just the way, the trajectory that my life is going, I believe that's why I think the Patriots are going to win, is because like it's all about me. I'm from my myopic perspective. From actual X's and O's perspective, I don't really have any. Okay? Straight up, I'm not picking the Patriots based off stats or X's and O's or game plan. It's mainly the coaches and the fact that everyone is going, thank you, Blue, for the follow. The fact that everyone is going Seahawks makes me go Patriots. I think it's just going to be a weird Super Bowl. I think it's going to stay close. And if it stays close, I like Mike Vrabel. I like Josh McDaniels. Shams at the deadline, 0 for 8 on Giannis rumors, 12 ESPN links, 5 games postponed, 1 real trade. We need Woj back, dude. The Bucks and Giannis landscape to start the trade deadline week for SportsCenter. We absolutely need the last level. Thank you for joining the server, dude. You're the man. Welcome to the TBWZ Discord. This is Shams on what is happening right now with Giannis right before the trade deadline. We're watching live on Twitch, guys.
Deadline. Knicks reportedly one of those teams in the mix interested in Giannis Antetokounmpo. Shams, where do we stand right now with the Bucks and Giannis and trade talks?
So, Mina, Giannis Antetokounmpo has been ready, is prepared for his exit from the Milwaukee Bucks, whether it's at the NBA trade deadline or in the offseason. I'm told in the Bucks, as of this weekend, entering Monday, a few days away from the trade deadline, they are engaged with rival teams and making counteroffers to the aggressive proposals. But the big question around the NBA is, will the Bucks move Giannis? That is the biggest domino that this league has right now. It impacts several teams.
Yeah,
The Bucks are sifting through proposals specifically from the Heat, Wolves, Knicks, and Warriors. And throughout the whole process, the Bucks have wanted a young blue chip talent and or a surplus of draft picks.
Yeah,
so my understanding is the Warriors have made a pick-heavy offer. Minnesota is more of a player.
The Warriors have all 4 picks, basically. They have 4 first-round picks that they can give. We're getting a phone call right now, guys. If you want to hear the phone call, at Take Back with Zach on the Purple app. Twitch, at Take Back with Zach is where you can hear it the best. What is up, brother? You are live on TBWZ Widescreen Radio. Which name are you calling from?
Hey, bro. This is Zach from North Dakota.
My guy Zach from North Dakota, one of the fishing legends of the show. Caught any big ones recently, brother?
Hey, how have you been doing?
Yeah, doing pretty good, dog. Just hanging out. It was a little bit hot today in SoCal, so I had to rock the tank top. I've been sweaty. I've been really, really sweaty recently. I feel bad. I'm sorry.
It's just been cold up here as usual. So,
Caught any big ones recently?
Well, no, because my ice auger turned dual, so I have no way of going ice fishing.
No way. Your auger broke?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah. What are you using for bait when you're going ice fishing? Do you want something like? Do you want like something warm for them, like a hot tamale?
Yeah, I just tried to use my hand auger, but then it ended up not being sharp or something. So.
What about for bait? Like if it's cold like this,
Oh.
would you want to use something that would warm up the fish, like a hot tamale?
No, I just use worms.
Just worms? Just worms?
Yeah.
Do you have a store? Do you go to a worm store?
I just go to Runnings.
Runnings. What is that?
It's basically like a Bass Pro Shops,
And they sell worms?
but for smaller states.
Oh, okay. And they sell worms.
Yeah, they sell worms. They sell like go-karts. They sell like Coleman mini bikes. They sell a bunch of fishing stuff, hunting stuff, all of the above.
They sell bikes and worms. It's crazy. So the craziest part about that for me, Zach, there is someone out there that is a millionaire because they sell worms.
Yeah, basically.
There's probably multiple people out there living in 7-bedroom like mansions on 50-acre properties because they're in the worm business.
It is insane, yeah.
That's insane to think about. We're just talking about the Super Bowl today. Are you going to be watching the Super Bowl?
Probably not, because I don't care about those two teams.
You're not going to be watching the ball? What are you going to be doing on Sunday then?
Chilling out, watching YouTube.
Yeah. Do you like Mark Rubier?
I have no idea who that is, to be completely honest.
Who's your favorite YouTuber?
Well, for Madden and stuff like that, it's Yo Boy Pizza.
Oh, from Madden, Yo Boy Pizza. We're gonna start a Madden league, I think.
I wish I had an Xbox so I can join, but I do not.
Oh, dang. It's okay.
But also,
so
I
you
like
watch-
a bunch of different YouTubers, like people that like watch that play like horror games and stuff, and then just a bunch of other types of stuff.
Do you watch you said war games and stuff like that? You don't watch Mr. Beast?
No,
I love Mr. Beast. I'm a big fan.
my favorite YouTube channel is this group of guys they call themselves the Boys on YouTube. They just do a bunch of funny stuff, and like sometimes they go like ghost hunting and stuff.
That's sick.
The latest thing they went on was this thing called the Trip of Terrors.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do. I don't doubt that they're real at all.
Have you ever been haunted before or like felt like you're in the presence of a ghost?
I remember when I was little, I saw this guy walking out of my room with like a top hat, like an Abraham Lincoln top hat on. It was weird.
Really?
Yeah, and then he was gone, so it was fun.
Huh. Did you ever see him a second time?
No, it was just once.
Huh. And he was walking out of your bedroom?
He was walking in the hallway outside my bedroom.
Whoa. You've never experienced him a second time?
No, it was just once.
That's crazy. Would you have the balls to go ghost hunting?
Oh yeah, I would love to if I knew a place to go. That'd be fun.
Do you know what kind of like devices that they're using to hunt these ghosts?
Oh yeah, like the my favorite method that I've seen people use is the one where they put a blindfold on.
Okay.
And then they put the headphones on, and I forgot what it's called exactly, but then they just use the little spirit box thing.
Yeah.
And I've heard that's the most accurate way for them to do it, so then they can't hear other people talking, you know?
Do they sell spirit boxes at the place where you buy your worms?
No.
No.
That's mainly on like Amazon and stuff.
Crazy Jeff there's a millionaire out there that's making money selling spirit boxes.
There's a millionaire for everything at this point.
I think that is the theme of the phone call, Zach. Brother, thank you for calling in the show, man. I'm sorry it's so cold. I'm sorry you can't fish. When you do fish, are you going to be posting about it?
I'm going to try to make more YouTube videos about fishing and stuff, yeah. I'll try my best, but...
Yeah, I mean, try your hardest. At least send the pictures of your fish, of your flippity floppities, into the Discord. You know what I mean, bro?
Oh yeah, I will. And thanks for that one Discord person who's been upgrading everything.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. It's really fun, actually, especially the numbers game. I thought that was pretty sick.
Yeah, it feels like a good place for people just to like actually hang out and kick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, music lights, who I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah, Music Lights. He's the man. Well, Zach, you're also the man. So sorry about your auger. Thanks for enlightening us on some ghost stuff and worm talk. We're going to keep the show rolling, though. We'll talk to you again soon, okay, bro?
Yep, any day. Good day. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you any other time. So.
Yep. Wouldn't have... Well said, brother. Love you. Peace. Yeah, that's how that goes. Junior said the score is incorrect. All right, Junior. What did the score be? I'm trying a new thing today. I'm eating peanut butter jelly of your show. All right, we're hopping off of TikTok. It's been 2 hours. Fellas over on TikTok, we're going only to we're going to Twitch right now, full time on Twitch. At Take Back with Zach on Twitch. That is the purple app. We're going to be doing a little breakdown right now that I saw earlier that I loved of how the Patriots, the only path to the Patriots beating the Seahawks, according to this guy named Brent Coleman, who's very, very sharp. If you guys want to keep watching the show, at Take Back with Zach on Twitch. I love you guys. See you soon. Bye. All right, they're gone. Oh, new graphics from Twitch. I made 10 cents today, dude. 10 cents. Bro, I made 10 cents on Twitch. Baby, we up.
It's money turning me on. Hey, it's money turning me on.
That's awesome. Shout out to me. Shout out to everyone who watched. I'm so proud of me. I thought this opening night was going to be more fun. It's not really fun at all. Heck yeah. Guys, this dude, this homie, did a full breakdown of like why the Patriots or like basically awesome in-depth stat film breakdown of the Seahawks defense and why he thinks that the Patriots can beat them or why not. I didn't finish the whole thing. I did watch a little bit of it. It's awesome. So we're going to be doing that right now. 6 or 7 points. We're going to be doing that right now together and watching this game. Shout out ZCA. Yes, sir.
Okay, stop me if you've heard this one before. A young Patriots quarterback is leading their upstart franchise in the Super Bowl against an NFC West Goliath that happens to have the #1 defense in the league, the #2 offense in the league, the point differential is almost plus 200. They've discarded basically every team in their path on the way to get here.
Wow.
And pretty much everybody expects a bloodbath.
Oops. Sorry. YouTube people, I'm going off of YouTube right now. Sorry about that, YouTube folks. If anyone's in there, I bet there's 0 viewers. I get in trouble when I play YouTube